And now, live from Pod Cabin in Burbank, California, it's the Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend show. Tonight, Allison welcomes a guest. She's a writer and showrunner whose days of relaxing, adventurous, and weird, ambiguously sexual yoga retreats are officially behind her. Maybe. It's Robin Shorr. And he's a professional wrestler, artist, and the strongest, if not the angriest peacock in the whole wide world. It's Dalton Castle. Chef Jeff is here to remind us that even though we're all completely fucked, at least we are also totally screwed. I'm her husband, Daniel, saying hop on board the love bus and say hello to your new best friend, Allison Rosen.
Hello, my little pumpkin rolls. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. That particular carbohydrate was sent in on Patreon by John Yardley. And yes, I am on Patreon. All sorts of fun stuff. There's a level where you can text me and I'll text you back. You get access to gossip before everyone else. And I just put up bonus episodes with Renee Colbert, with Jenna Kim Jones, and I've already got 2 more in the can, which are one of them is an episode that's too hot for the regular feed. Subscribe, go for an annual subscription and get 2 months free. I would like to say hello to my guests, and I would also like to apologize for turning all of your headphones down and then up as I was trying to find my own headphone level. Hello, Robin Shorr. Welcome back.
Hello. Are you sick of me yet?
No.
Oh, you guys. It's like coming home.
There's no such... You know what? I was going to say there's no such thing as being sick of you. And then I'm like, or maybe I find out where the line is. I don't think it could exist, though.
Oh, that's so nice. I hope your listeners feel that way,
Everyone
too.
loves you.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone who loves me.
And no happy Thanksgiving to the haters.
Yeah.
Dalton Castle, welcome back.
Hey, welcome. I got real applause.
Yeah.
Daniel and Robin just put their hands together in this room for me.
And I took a knee.
Yeah, we felt.
I said no.
That's good. Yeah. I'm tightened up. The second you started playing that theme song, it's like we all just turned on these like weird personas.
Mm-hmm.
We were being
Weird.
normal. Yeah, I feel weird now.
You feel weird.
I feel like I got to put on an act.
Oh, well, when's it going to start?
Oh, I didn't say it was a
Maybe
good
this
act.
is the act.
Oh,
is that he feels like he has to put on an act.
Well, I mean, not to climb up my own butthole in terms of getting like super navel gazy, but I do feel that the persona you adopt on the show is one who dislikes this show.
Yes. That was clear last time.
Right.
Perhaps it's just a real feeling I'm getting inside.
No. It's an act, and it's amazing you do it so well when deep down I know you love the show.
Yeah. I think I just like you guys. Maybe
It's the show part.
The
not
show
so much.
part, not so much.
Maybe you should
It's
just
a
come
mess.
to town and hang out with us.
Why didn't I do
Yeah.
that? I should have done that.
Yeah.
Now I think, why didn't we just hang out and get lunch? We didn't have to record it or
Let's
anything.
end the show.
All right, let's do
And
that.
well-
it's early.
Don't worry, if you're hungry, we have a... Hello, Daniel Quantz.
Hi. So the best way to stare at your navel is from inside your butt?
I think so, yeah.
I
It's
feel
like,
like
you know
maybe-
how like the G spot is the
Mhm.
back of the clitoris?
I don't believe that exists.
How did we get to clits already?
I know. We haven't even talked about poop yet.
Oh, God.
That reminds
sorry,
me. When
Robin.
you come back to me, I have something to share with the group.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Is it
And
a
he
clit?
turned into his phone. I hope it's
Yeah.
not a... Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, the back of the navel is via the butthole.
But I mean, if you're going to navel gaze, I feel it'd be much easier just to look at your navel.
Right, because you'd have to,
It's
like,
a-
if you're from the inside, you'd have to put on a scuba mask.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
I shit on the coffee table.
Is
Oh,
that
my God.
us?
You're doing your own drops.
I shit on the coffee table.
Going through the microphone? Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I shit on the coffee table.
When is that from?
It was from the
Tony's return, it says.
What's
Robin's
the date?
reunion.
Oh my God, that's so
when
recent.
Is Robin not going to a fucking reunion? That's enough already.
How many groups are you involved at?
Too many. I'm done.
She's
Yeah.
done
Don't-
reuniting.
Don't get involved in groups.
Jeff Fox.
Sorry, I said the F word. Yes.
Please, it's fine. Jeff Fox, hello.
Hi, Allison. It's good to be here.
Can you be quiet for a minute? Because I'm talking to them, okay? And then it's going to be, that is a little something from one of the Patreon episodes, I think, right?
Patreon.
Wonderful. Okay. I don't remember talking about shitting on a coffee table.
I don't
Wait,
either.
Wasn't there a famous comedian?
Yeah.
What was it? Who was it?
Danny Thomas.
Danny Thomas.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
yeah.
There's a glass coffee
And
table.
he made the
rumor.
women
The Wendy's
be
guy?
under it.
Was he? No.
That's Dave Thomas.
Dave Thomas.
Yeah.
His brother.
That's the guy from Second City.
Right.
Exactly.
He was the father of Marlo Thomas.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And just the stories about him in writers' rooms are really notorious. But yeah, I guess he used to make women go underneath a glass coffee.
Oh, and
table.
he was
Oh,
a
and
shitter.
He was the wow.
Or no,
I
guys,
think-
I might have it wrong.
It should
He
be the
may
other
not
way
have
around.
been.
Yeah.
I think it's the other way around.
What kind of joy could you get out of it being the one? You don't
The
even get to
shitter.
see it happen.
Right,
Right.
Dalton? Like, you can see what the pleasure might be
I
being
can-
under.
I understand going to a show.
We all
Yes.
get that. Yeah.
Oh,
Right,
yes,
but-
very good.
But you don't want to
Although
perform.
I
know.
love performing, so
I
I
know.
understand that just as much.
Maybe try it sometime.
So
yeah, I
Danny
really don't
Thomas,
remember.
also the founder of St. Jude's Children's
Yes.
Hospital.
Oh.
Yes, I was going
But
to
what
say.
is his legacy?
Right. He. Yes, Danny
But
Thomas.
I
was
think
an
you might be
entertainer.
spreading rumors. You think
No,
this-
I'm not. I promise I'm not. It was like literally like when you become a sitcom writer, that's the first story they tell you.
But is this like Rod Stewart's stomach of jizz and Richard Gere's
Oh.
gerbil butt, or is this like a real thing?
It
Unless you think those are real.
Yeah. Thank you.
It
But
felt like a real thing.
Those you always hear that same story with other people in the starring role. The Danny Thomas thing, you only hear it about Danny Thomas.
And that wasn't, if I remember correctly, the only sort of weird story about him.
Weird.
Like it was in concert with just like Danny Thomas was a complete freak. May he rest in peace. Love Marlo Thomas. Love Phil Donahue. Free to be you and me forever.
The best.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel a kinship with Marlo Thomas because your dad wrote an autobiography? Not on the same order as pooping on a coffee table, or
Is that the name of his autobiography?
No, you got to hear what the name of it is.
My dad.
Through the Looking Glass.
From
That
Brooklyn
would
to
be good.
Beverly Hills. An immigrant's story. That's my dad's autobiography. You can buy it on Amazon. It's online.
I read the sample. It was pretty good.
It really tore us apart for a couple of years, but we're back together.
Oh.
The book did
The book
'Cause
was
of
tough.
all the revealing details or the shit he was talking.
Well, it was just this thing where I'm flying too close to the sun here. Who knows if my mom's ever going to listen to Allison Rosen is your new best
Oh, I
friend.
know.
I'll just say quickly, I did text my mom the other night. I think you should really watch the new Albert Brooks documentary on HBO.
I've heard it's great.
And her response was, is he in it? So it's just getting harder and harder to communicate with this person. So
Yes.
she also, by the way, my sister sent a picture of my mother's only 2 grandchildren and 1 kid she didn't know. And she wrote like 18 question marks and said, I don't recognize them. And my sister's like, well, 2 of them are your grandchildren and 1 of them is the son of a
Does
friend.
she have dementia?
No, it's just standard operating
Okay.
procedure since I was a child. But is he in it was so funny. But the bottom line is my parents had a terrible divorce, and my dad thought it would be a great idea to just talk about their sex life and their financial life and everything that
and
went
you
wrong.
guys exist and can read, right?
We can exist. We exist and read.
You're in the same. You exist in the same world where this book
Same
is
timeline,
released.
yeah.
Correct.
Same timeline.
Same timeline. And the problem is that my dad just banked on, my mom not finding out about it or my mom not knowing about it, but we know about it and it sucks. And so I had to have him take out a bunch of stuff because I said to my dad, the only person that's going to feel the effects of all of this is me.
Oh my
like if
God.
she finds out, it's going to be on me.
Wild.
Did she ever find out?
Not as of now, but please
God.
don't tell her.
You took a real bullet for the team, like your family.
I did. In fact, I emailed everybody. I texted everybody, and I was like, "I'm going in." Right before my dad and I got on the phone.
Do you also share the details with everybody when you find it, or do you just keep that to yourself?
Are you wanting to ask?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Which-
by
Are
it?
you wanting to know the details that were redacted?
Well, I do, but also I want to know if she was doing this out of the for the whole family. Hey, I'll be the
filtering
only
it.
one who knows all
I
this
see.
garbage.
Right.
Oh
and
no,
share
no,
it
no!
with everybody.
Everyone in the family had read it so far. At that point, had also pointed out all of his typos. So a second printing was in.
That's
the
honestly
works.
the worst
Robin,
part.
did he do an audiobook?
He didn't, but
Oh
if
my
if he
God.
did,
Oh
it
my
would be
God.
incredible.
That would be great.
It would be incredible.
Maybe we could do it for Patreon.
Yeah, would you like to read the audiobook?
Oh yeah.
Just the redacted parts.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not a bad idea.
Director's
Yeah.
cut.
Speaking of books, I need to announce, since this is going to air on Thanksgiving, my book, Tropical Attire and Courage and Other Phrases That Scare Me, is being re-released for the 5-year anniversary, which is crazy that it's been 5 years. Cover is a little bit different now, and I wrote 5 new essays and added a name to the I added Owen to the acknowledgments.
Aw.
I'm trying to think if I added anyone. I think I added a couple other people too.
New illustrations.
That's right. Sorry. Daniel did the illustrations.
Do I exist in this timeline? Yeah.
Debatable.
Yes.
Debatable.
So anyway, that is go to my website, go to Amazon, get that. Okay, so this will air on Thanksgiving, which we just realized moments ago. What is everyone going to be doing on Thanksgiving?
Well, let's say what we're thankful for first.
Oh.
Let's go around the
Okay.
table
That's
as
a
we
good
eat
tradition.
our potatoes.
Oh, that is a good idea. Are you talking yams or are you talking like scalloped potatoes or mashed potatoes?
You gotta have the dark. You gotta have the white. You gotta have the orange, and you
Yeah.
smush them together, and you get this like peachy. No, I don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
a sweet potato guy.
honestly, my eyes opened up and I was like, "Ooh, I've never thought of doing that."
Anything on top of those sweet potatoes?
Mhm.
Is it just sweet potatoes and butter?
Dreams.
Is it pecans? Is it marshmallows? Like, what's your
Pineapple.
preferred?
I do remember family members like bringing like the marshmallow dish,
Mhm.
and that seemed like candy and a little off. I don't like that anymore. I think it's because I'm older now.
You've matured.
Yeah, I've got
It's a real
Matured.
hat. It's a real hat on a hat situation, right?
Ah, yes.
Daniel's eyes are boring into Robin. Like, see me.
See, I speak the
know
language.
writer language.
Hat on a hat.
Yeah, I want to go back to Robin. Are we going to talk about your?
Oh yeah, sorry. Let's do that.
Are we going to talk about my dad's
Sex
book?
life with
Sex
your
At the
mom.
Thanksgiving table.
No, I'm having Thanksgiving with my mother and her husband and my boyfriend. So God willing, it will not come up because it would ruin everything.
Does your boyfriend know about it?
Oh yeah, my boyfriend read the book. I could not read the book.
How long ago did he publish this?
2 summers ago.
Oh, it's
so
fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was the only one. And also, my dad did this thing where he only thanked in the dedication, which had typos in it at the beginning. He dedicated it to me, my sister's kids, who are his blood grandchildren, and not his step grandchildren, who have no other grandfather figure in their life.
Was it
He
just
left
an
them out.
oversight? Like, what was he doing?
I don't know, but
Arthur.
but when the oldest step nephew came to me and was like, "That really sucked," I told him. I'm the only person who has any balls in my family. Like, I was just like, "You need to know this," and I live near our mother, so it's like,
What was his reaction?
he was like, "Huh? Oh, really? Your mom would have a problem with that? I wouldn't think that." It was just like all. And then he was like, "What happens when a celebrity, releases a memoir and there's all this dirty laundry?"
People are
And I'm like,
upset.
they are not private citizens, Dad. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, there's an army of lawyers, to make sure that people don't get libeled in these books.
Your dad did not have an army of lawyers.
He did not.
So did he add them? The step.
He did not. In the reprint, he did not, which I thought was
Wow.
I know, it's so bad. And those kids, he's dug his own grave with those kids.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It just sucks that like the juiciest stuff is the only interesting stuff.
For you
Right,
personally,
right.
or
Well,
like,
for anybody
I'm-
outside.
Right.
this is? Oh, that's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Just it was stuff about how the
castrated his
sex
book.
was on their honeymoon. It was about how their sex was during their marriage. It was about how he felt he had an athletic body and my mom was attractive, but together they couldn't make it work sexually. Like,
Riveting
And
stuff.
I feel like I've talked a little
Is
bit
that-
about this.
Is
so
that
I'm
the
sorry.
typical immigrant story?
Yeah, that's how it is for all immigrants. And the thing is, like, I admire, and we've talked about this, like, I admire that our dads wanted to sit down and write and, like, tell their, whatever,
Yeah.
but not at the detriment to anybody else in your family.
Where'd your father immigrate from?
He didn't immigrate. His parents immigrated from Ukraine.
This doesn't seem like
I know. But he's the child of
stolen.
immigrants.
Okay.
I think it's an immigrant story. I'll look it up. I don't even know what it's called.
Yes, is your father, and you're trashing him. You don't even have the title right.
I'm not trashing him.
Jeez.
He knows everything about how I feel about this book. It's not like I didn't talk to him and then I'm talking shit. Everything I'm telling you, I told to him. It was just the sort of, I wish he could have calculated, like,
The reaction.
yeah,
Of it. Yeah.
I wish he could have been slightly cooler about the things that he said. That's all.
So it sounds like But was there anything where you're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay,
All of it. And also all of it. And then I'll say, for me, my parents got split up when I was 16. My sister was in college. I was the only one home with these two lunatics. Lunatics. That's why I moved in with my friend Callie, because I couldn't take it. When I moved in with Callie Martin, at like the height of life goes on, like I was just like, I can't take it. I'd rather live with you guys. So I stayed there for 2 years. But it just reminded me of being the only one, being 16 again, and being like, you two are like, I can't. Why is this falling on me?
yeah.
Not your job.
Thank you, Jeff.
But also like you feel an obligation to be tied into it too, because they're still your parents.
Yeah, and if my mom finds out about it, then the only person she's going to talk to about is me. Is me. She's not going to call my dad and be like, I'm so mad about the stuff you wrote, Arthur.
Yeah.
That's a terrible impression of her. She doesn't sound just like, is he in the documentary? I will never get over that question. Is he in it? What part of you should watch the Albert Brooks documentary would propel a person to write back, is he in it?
Wait a minute. Are your parents Maude and Arthur from the show Maude?
Basically. Oh my
'Cause
God.
they sound like them.
I wish. Oh my God, Maude and Arthur. Yes, they are, basically.
I think when you get older, you need to. It's hard for parents to like relate to what you do as for work. The more,
Sure.
as you get older, you realize, oh, they don't understand anything that I'm doing, and I can't talk to them about it. So I need to just let it all go. I'm a pro wrestler.
Yes.
And my mother has like really no clue how it works. I feel like she's proud of me.
Yes, I'm sure she is.
Yeah, but I don't try to share any exciting stuff with her because it's never gonna like connect with her as it did to me. I'm like, this is a big deal, and she's like, neat.
So you're never going to give
Has
your
she
mother
come
a
see?
t-shirt?
Has she seen you?
My mom has come seen me. I don't know if she's come to see me with AEW though. Has she? I don't think so.
Because you're a competitive wrestler, amateur wrestler is what they call that, right?
Yeah. She was a bigger fan of that than what I do now.
Why?
Do you think it's because it was like more of a sports
Yeah,
framework?
because it was real. She
Mhm.
thinks this is fake and it's not fun. She doesn't like to see me when I
Not
lose.
fun.
It's fake. It
For
ma-
her.
it makes it more
only
fun.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Huh.
So yeah, so I don't bring it up to her anymore. Like
Right.
I'll tell her where I'm at and like the neat things that I did like outside of it. Like, oh, I climbed this mountain, and she's like, oh, that's cool.
Right.
And that I feel like connects with her more than. Luckily, also my dad didn't write a tell-all book about his sex life, so I got
But if you had
way
to-
more advantages over your relationship.
If you had to guess how their sex life was, what would
Yeah.
you think?
I would say healthy,
Ugh.
Nice.
loud.
Oh God, are you serious?
No, no.
Sexy.
Oh man, I don't know if I want to share this.
Well, now you
That's
have to.
You have to now,
that's how
yes.
you know you should.
Now I should. Man, I don't know what age I was.
Oh God.
Um,
Cringe. I'm feeling it already for you. Oh,
Teenager
I have a story
for
to share too.
sure.
Then okay.
I remember. It's only because this is being recorded. I'm embarrassed, and she's still alive. I remember walking down the hall and hearing my mother in distress,
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
and my reaction
I must
was
save her.
to pick the lock of their room.
Oh boy.
That is noble. How old were you?
I must have been like 12, 12 or 13, old enough to like maybe sit back and be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you are walking into a dangerous situation here."
Right. Well, that's what you thought you were doing.
Yeah. It was like one of those like locks that you just poke the
Mhm.
toothpick through.
Right.
And popped it open, and then I didn't see anything.
Oh, good.
Silhouettes.
En flagrante.
Yeah.
Or did you see
Delicto.
everything in your brain? In your brain, just erased.
Right. Right.
All the
Yeah.
details.
Man in
It was
black.
like
Seemed to
turning
me.
an old tube television off, just the black
Yes.
circle.
Exactly.
Oh my
But
God.
it was quick. It was like pop open, door open, get out, slam door, realize what I just did, and never unlock another door for the rest of my life.
Right.
Was there any discussion about it?
No talks. No
Because
talks. We just moved on with our lives.
I mean,
That's
I feel
the way
like
to
that's
go.
for the best.
Yeah.
Did you guys see The Americans?
Yeah.
Did you watch that, Dalton? Brett?
Why do kids walk in on parents
Yes.
having sex and that a
So,
lot?
no, one time the daughter, who by the way looked 30 the whole time.
Paige?
Yes. She walked in on them 69ing.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was like burned into my memory. And then the next,
I don't remember what number they were doing, but I don't think it was that one.
73.
the next day, the mom is like, "We need to have a discussion about privacy in this house." I was like, what?
Yeah, she was like really angry
bold
about
and
it.
interesting take
Yeah.
on that.
Especially at that time on the show takes place in the 80s.
Right. I mean, maybe that was the era of 69. I don't know.
Yeah. And yeah.
No, I feel like it's more of a.
But it's so funny that in a family like the Americans, like that's the thing they want to talk about. But the fact that there are actual Russian spies,
Right.
we should not talk
Yeah.
about that.
No, that's. Yeah. I don't know. Am I the only one who like? I feel like of all the things, it would be more like I'm so. I don't know. Just for that, should be that the issue was the invasion of privacy.
Right.
I mean, I guess it is.
Well,
I
that's
don't know.
how they stumbled into it. It was you go back to the source. Like, they were invading their privacy. Had they not done that, they would have never seen the old naked parents.
I mean, I guess that's true. But still, it's such whatever. So anyway,
You think they should have like talked more about sex in that situation? Like, not invasion of privacy. Let's have a discussion about positions and the
about
Kama
why
Sutra.
this was so hot.
Yeah.
This is our thing.
I mean, I guess. What do I think? I'm relating to it as a child, even though I am an adult.
Mhm.
And so I feel like the parents should apologize.
Sure. Or just saying like what you saw was probably a little scary.
Yeah.
We should have some strategy for all these things because one of them used the F word, right? Was it the F word? And
One of your children?
yeah, and we were like, okay, that's language that we can use in the house, but not outside the
Yeah.
house.
People don't like that word. And he's like, but what does it mean?
Yeah, and then he's like, what does it mean?
Oh,
We didn't-
it means everything.
Yeah.
and
That's
we
what
were
she-
just like, yeah, I don't really
even know why. I think
Uh,
he was like, why do people not like that word? I mean, what does it even mean? And we just like,
what the fuck? Stop asking questions.
Yeah.
Curse words are the most hilarious thing
They're
They
the
really
best.
are.
in our modern culture. They're words that are off limits.
Yeah.
And,
doesn't
and
really
like
make
the
sense.
substitute words aren't satisfying. Like hashtag Al, he'll say, I forget what he uses, but he uses
Heck.
these. Yeah, he'll use the little filler words like "what the hey" and whenever I try and use them, they're just not satisfying.
But also,
They're
we
just
know
not
what you
fun.
we know what you mean.
We know what you mean, but
God,
like,
you know what?
Why is one word? It's like it's half a syllable different, but one is so much more
You know what?
satisfying.
Right.
God knows what you mean.
My grandfather, when he would, I remember he'd be in the basement, like working on like something, and he'd hit his thumb, and I'd hear him yell, "Cheese and crackers!"
Oh,
It was
that's
the
very
greatest.
sweet.
Cheese and crackers.
Oh,
My
those were
neighbor's
not
mom
the words used in my house.
Would encourage him to say frog's legs instead of the F word.
That's
Yep.
Like,
Great.
how would that be used?
Oh, frog's legs.
Oh my God,
you, like,
that's
you lose
amazing.
at the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
you spike your controller.
that doesn't have the same cathartic
No,
feeling.
and we
Impact.
told her
it
that.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
But then we started using it ironically, and it
And
stuck.
now it's what you say.
Yeah, all the time. Only to each other, the two of us, though.
Yeah. I got in trouble at a friend's house. They were very uptight religious types, and I was at their house for dinner, and I said "sucks" just casually,
Yeah.
and it was scandalous, and I was so confused because
How
I
old
didn't
were
know.
you?
I mean, I was probably like 14, 15, and it's like I had no idea "sucks" was a bad word. It was just
Right.
a word everyone used
Yeah.
all the time everywhere.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to think about it and go, is that sucks? Does that mean that? Like, is that the origin of the word? Something dirty? Like, I didn't.
I
You
had
get it
that
now,
same
though, right?
experience. My younger
Yeah.
cousin yelled at me. We said "stupid," and she yelled at me. And we don't say "stupid."
That
in
has
this
become
house.
a bad word. Like,
Wait,
more
but that
recently.
would have been a while ago, right?
Yeah, I would have been 8 years old.
Okay.
It was a
Oh,
long
wow.
time ago.
What word did they want you to use?
I don't remember.
Dumb?
No, she just said you can't say "stupid" in this house, and I
Whoa.
felt so like I was being wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Learning other people have different rules in their houses,
Yeah.
I think, is a
Very
huge,
tough.
eye-opening thing. When
There
you're young.
should be, like, you know
Yes.
how at restaurants they have a menu outside?
Yeah.
like the pool rules.
Yeah, they're pool rules. There should be,
Yes.
like, here's the bad words.
No one
to this
enters
house.
if they've had diarrhea in the last 14 days. Yes, we were allowed to say whatever we wanted in the house, but we understood, like bad words or whatever, but we understood that you don't say them in public. So my parents might have played this one wrong. My friend Danielle came over and she was using the bad words too. And so then I think like she got on the phone with her parents, not related to that, but she's like, Mom, I can say blah, blah, blah at this house. And then I remember my mom getting on the phone and like having to explain like we feel that words can't really,
She ratted you guys out.
Yeah. But I mean, but now like as a parent hosting a play date, I can understand where like, you might have one rule inside your house, but if you know that it's not going to be what the other kid is allowed to do, I don't know. It would have been a complicated, dicey thing. Fuck off.
I remember the first time I ever heard the F word, it was my dad saying, I don't give a flying fuck.
Oh.
And I remember thinking, like, I don't know how old I was, but I was like, oh my God, they fly. Whatever it is, it sounds like it flies. That's
amazing.
Cool. That's but I know who it was directed towards, which makes it less fun. Oh, now it's sad. Just kidding. He said it all the time to everybody. It's fine.
Okay. So before the show started, wait, I have to ask Danielle a question. Let's just make this public.
Oh, okay.
You wrote me a note here that says I have to get on a call.
I've
jump
just been
on a call at 12.
I've just been added to
5 minutes.
To a call in 5 minutes. So
Is this a call that could take the whole length of the show?
Is it Jesus?
Yeah, what is this calling?
Anal?
What?
Well, it's just a conference call. And it's one of those calls where it could be over immediately or it could go for an hour.
Well, here's
Let's do
the
it on
deal.
the pod.
Yeah,
I have
let's do it.
iTunes comments of the week. Should we get them out of the way? Not out of the way. Should we celebrate them now?
It's your
'cause you might
it's
not
your
come
show.
back.
It's your show. I don't know
But why you
what's
gotta
in
like
your-
make it a thing?
I don't know what's in your head.
So it's 50-50 about
That
whether you're
sounds
coming
like
back.
You're not managing
I wouldn't
your
count
life
on
very
it.
well.
Uh-oh.
I hope to. I'm enjoying this.
Nothing
want
on
to
this
stay.
podcast is real. Who's talking? There's so many
Oh,
voices.
they're drops
Yeah.
that Jeff is playing in the same way that you played me talking about shitting on a coffee table.
Yeah, I can pull that back up if you'd like. It's good stuff.
I shit on the coffee table.
There we go.
Okay.
Terrible quality.
Let's do iTunes comments of the week.
Ooh.
Hang on.
Allison wants your iTunes comments. Allison wants them, yes she does. Please leave her some iTunes comments and don't forget to click 5 stars.
Yeah, Daniel, you might be missing snack chat with
I
boiled
know.
peanuts
Well, I'm
in
gonna
a
try
can.
to get out of that
Okay.
call if I can. So
All right. So anyway, I just want to say thank you to everyone who sent in iTunes comments of the week. We love them. Loved the interview with Justin. She's talking about my interview this week with Justin Martindale. Allison let him speak instead of cutting him off like other podcasters. I enjoyed it very much. Well, thank you for your very nice comment. However, not everyone.
With me ducking out, the last negative review that I read said 75% less quants.
And now
please.
we're getting
And now you're going to be
100%
getting
less.
75% less quants. Okay, here we go.
What we're saying is we hear you,
Yes.
and we will follow through with
Right.
your request.
We're customer service oriented. Talentless troll. By the way, 1 star. If you're going to say something negative, at least give us 5 stars.
I think this is actually a hater.
Tia B08. Are her followers anti-trans, anti-LGBTQ? That's in quotes. What an ignorant human Allison is. Yes, all listeners of a top 1% podcast in the world are anti-trans and anti-LGBTQ.
I will explain this.
Every single one. What an uneducated, desperate manipulator. I kind of agree. Not to mention
This is so long.
terrible interviewing skills. She should be devoting a full-time schedule to researching how to interview a guest. Wow.
Well, I'm sorry you
Read
did not
you
enjoy.
Wow,
dirt.
wow, wow, wow.
So anyway, this is all because Justin Martindale came on my show. He had a falling out with Heather McDonald. And part of that was that he was hosting a show, and the proceeds of which were going to go to like fight anti-trans and anti-LGBTQ IA plus legislation. And he asked Heather if she would perform. This is according to him, okay?
Yeah.
He asked Heather if she would perform, and she said, I don't think my followers would like that. So, and according to him, even her assistant, both he and her assistant were like, huh? And so I said, well, wait, what do you make of that? And he's like, you mean like, what do I think of that? And I said, well, to me, there's like a couple, or maybe he said, I think that she has listeners who have this, point of view. And I said, I can't remember the order now, but I said, because to me, there's like two different ways to interpret that. One is she has, she has people who feel that way in her audience, or she is sympathetic to their mindset. That's what I was wondering. Like, do you think she is, or do you think they are?
I'm going to do this. I'm going to call this the patented Sam Foreman. I missed a crucial part of the story.
I like when people admit that.
I was thinking about this hilarious. I want to share with you the text that I just got because it's really funny.
Can you?
I absolutely
great.
will. But is the Heather McDonald, so not to be confused with Heather McMahon. So that's where I went off on a journey. Heather McMahon's a different comedian. Heather McDonald.
I don't know Heather McMahon.
Yeah, she's like on the rise. She's blonde.
You ever seen her? Coffee table work.
Her coffee table?
Oh, God.
Oh, yes. I only seen her. I would recognize her from behind.
But so Heather McDonald said no to Tony Blair's.
Justin Martindale.
Justin Martindale said it's a pro LGBTQ thing. And McDonald said, I don't think my followers would like that.
If she performed at this, yeah.
Well, she's very entrenched in that OC world. Like, I don't know. I don't know what that means. We're not Heather McDonald, but that's
so that's why I asked that question, though. So the characterization in this 1-star review is very inaccurate.
Yeah.
But I should research how to interview.
No, you shouldn't. You're a much better interviewer. That I'm just going to say, I saw somebody that I know interview somebody else last week in person. And I was like, this person, that is my friend, needs to be 75% more curious. And she could learn a thing or two from Allison Rosen.
Oh
was
my God,
takeaway.
that's so nice.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I will say this, and it's going to sound pissy. Everyone thinks they can interview.
Yeah.
It's actually a skill.
It's a total skill.
Which I hope I get someday.
I think a lot of people, they have prepared questions. They read them, and then they just keep reading them. They don't follow the conversation,
right.
And it gets so boring. And also, it's both sides though. There's the person who's being interviewed sometimes just gives what they've rehearsed,
right,
and they don't ever want to get into anything more.
Yes.
What I like about you is you're so ADD. You just go all over the place. It's almost like nothing gets accomplished, but also we never stop talking.
But then
Although
she
this
comes
one's kind of
back
slow.
to stuff. She comes back to stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it. Well, wait. Okay. Again,
chaotic but organized.
Up our own butts, staring at the back of our navel. You did the Monday show, which is the interview show. Did you? I don't know how much you remember.
Was that when we did over Zoom?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, and RJ was not there.
You know what? That was a good one. That was maybe like our first time really talking.
Yes. So
other than the RJ one.
Did you feel like that one was less ADD? Because in that one, I really am trying to, I'm less all over the place.
I feel like I controlled that one because I'm so good at this. So I did all the talking. I think I guided you through it.
I don't think so.
That's how I remember it.
You're a narcissistic motherfucker.
Yep.
Sorry, I gotta speak my truth.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think you did a good job. I felt
Thank you.
Yeah, we learned a lot about each other in that.
I felt like there was more that could have been revealed, though.
You want to go deeper?
Well,
there's not a lot.
No, not right now. But this actually reminds me. I've shared this story before, but it makes me laugh. I had a one-night stand.
Yes.
Recently?
No.
Now that Daniel's out of the room, we can talk about this.
Oh my God, we got to hear this text message.
What
the
fuck?
texting is funny.
A long time ago. And I remember, hanging out with this guy and saying, I don't know anything about you.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, ask anything. Anything you want to know. And then I thought to myself, I'm not really curious about anything, actually. I don't want to know anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't mean
this
it.
After or the night?
We hooked up twice.
Okay.
Maybe
A
one night
two-night
stand
stand.
is not accurate.
Unless it was twice in one night.
No, it was more like a fling.
Yeah, a little fling.
Yeah, we had a fling. And it was before though. Before we had hooked up, when it was clear we were going to hook up.
All right,
That's
when you
I
have
had
to
that thought.
pretend to be interested in each other.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, let's hear this text.
Okay.
And then we're going deep on Dalton.
Yes. Okay, so last Friday, my manager had set up a meeting with me with the comedian Kathy Griffin.
Oh.
And the reason I was told about the purpose of the meeting, as far as I was told, was just tell her about some of the stuff you have in development. And there's one thing in particular that I'm working on that I think she would be great for, which is sitcom wise. We get on the phone. We got on a Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
We're both kind of dressed up because, you know, being respectful. And I had hung out with her like 20 years ago. So I just like broke the ice with like, we've met and like, I've been to your house and da-da-da. And then we start talking and Kathy, God love her, starts telling me about how she's doing 40 cities in a new stand-up tour. And she wants to, in all of these cities, do salons, do book speaking engagements and have little salons. And so she starts explaining to me what these salons are. She has lunch. You're not allowed to have your phone. You have to do, like, she has like these cute little rules for these women getting together. And I'm just kind of yes-anding. I did say full transparency, Kathy. Like, I have no idea what's going on with the speaker market. Like, I should just tell you, I don't know about public speaking. I mean, I just don't know. I know about TV. And then she just went on and was just telling me all these rules. And I was like, that is so great. Like, I want to come. And like, I think
I've seen her post on
women,
Instagram about these.
Like, empowering women to just sit around and she casts the different salons with different people from her life. And I was like, great. Just yes. And the meeting went on for an hour and 20 minutes. And she's just telling me about what she wants to do. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. And then I got a text yesterday that said, Kathy thought you were the booking agent for speakers at Gersh.
Oh my God. That is amazing.
Lest anybody think their career is taking off. No, I'm just kidding. And so then I just got this text from my manager, from Kathy Griffin to my manager, Katie. I cannot stop thinking about my hour and 20-minute conversation with Robin. Can I please have her number? I have to call and apologize. I mean, I'm still laughing, but honestly, I spoke to her the entire time about my new career as a public speaking titan. So I'm really excited that I'm about to get an email from Kathy. I was like, I just didn't know what to say because it was clear that there was some miscommunication, but I was also too tired to get to the bottom of it. And I really liked her and I loved the chance to say to her, and this is true, I saw her after a set at the Laugh Factory. We all went up to Greenblatt's upstairs. This is 2001. And she said, please bring me your biggest slice of chocolate cake.
Ooh.
And I was like, that is fucking awesome. That's amazing. And she does that, I guess, after every set. She gives herself the treat of cake. But this is hilarious that she is going to email me. I'm very excited. And I love that I just played along because I was like, I have no idea how to organize salons for Kathy Griffin. I wish I did.
Didn't you say that you said to her, I have full transparency, I don't know the speaker market?
I said it right at the top.
She didn't care. She had a good feeling about it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm so behind it now. I want her to really succeed in this area.
I know.
But
what are the other rules for the salon? No phone.
No phones. You have to, there's like 3 questions you go around the table and answer. The rules are actually legitimately interesting, and I do hope I get invited to one, but I can't remember all of them.
So at least she can do it this point.
That's what I'm going to say. Can I come to a salon now? And we can laugh about this.
That text from her to your manager, though, totally makes me like on her side.
Absolutely.
How she's delightful.
And now she'll never forget me.
That is a horrifying, and like from her perspective.
Yes.
That is a horrifying position to be in.
Yeah.
Just an hour and a half talking to the wrong person.
And I was just like, I mean, I was downstairs. I was in my office for a long time on this Zoom. And then I came up and Sam was like, how was it? And I was like, she wants me to book a bunch of speaking engagements for her. And I like really want to help her with it.
Oh my God. It'd be amazing if you had just gone along with it and like, this is your new career now.
I kind of want to do that too. Because I had to send my manager something else this morning. And I was like, if all else fails, I can be a speaking agent at Gersh.
Yeah, you got backup plans.
Kathy Griffin already thinks I am.
But like, did she confuse you with she clearly confused you with someone else, but was she aware that she was supposed to have the conversation with you?
Well, she said, then somebody said, okay, so she got confused because there was someone at Gersh named Rachel she was set to meet in the speaking department, and she feels so bad.
Rachel Robin.
LOL, can you share Robin's email? So yeah,
Rachel Robin, I get it.
Rachel Robin, you know.
Yeah.
But I will say she was fascinating to talk to. I'm 1,000% a fan. I have been for forever. And she's been through a lot in the last 5 years, not just with the Trump thing, but with also like health stuff. And I'm into it. I'm into a lady survivor. I really am.
Yes.
You don't have to agree with her politically, but they did take her off the no-fly list, and she could not work for like months because of that picture. So
she got on the no-fly list because of that?
Trump put her on the no-fly list.
In like a retaliatory
It went all the way up to the White House, which is cuckoo.
Does that count for private too?
Private planes?
Yeah, you can.
That's a great question.
Have you flown private?
I have never
Me
been
neither.
on a private plane.
Don't you feel like you deserve to be?
I've had opportunities.
Oh.
Like my boss he flies private, and there's been moments where he's offered me a ride someplace, but I already was going somewhere else, and I kind of regret not taking him up on it, even though it would have messed up my whole day.
Yeah,
it would have gone to the wrong place. It would have messed up the whole day. But I wanted that experience. I've also heard it's not that enjoyable. It's a little scary.
Wait, have you been on one, Jeff?
Yeah.
Ooh la la! I've been one.
This fancy man.
It was not enjoyable. It was.
Why?
Is it terrifying?
It's a tiny little plane. You get bounced around a lot, and the one that I was on only had 4 seats, and 2 of them faced backwards, and I got stuck in one of the backward seats, and I arrived at a very fancy place for a very fancy event, green to the gills. Like,
yeah.
So I don't want to go into
you think
details
because facing the wrong way.
You got
absolutely.
Robin.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Like
Yeah.
if I'm in a limo that has seat, which I haven't been in many years, but it has seats facing the wrong way, I can't do it.
The worst.
Yeah.
I've only flown private once, and it was relatively recently, and it was incredible.
Okay.
You know why?
Big fancy
Because you don't have to go through all the bullshit at the airport.
You get
That was
off that
nice.
plane at Van Nuys.
Yeah.
And they don't fucking look at your passport. They're like, go ahead. Whatever. We don't care.
Oh, yeah. We just walked right up to the plane. And the weirdest thing was, it was a very tiny plane. So that's why it was not fun. But also, at some point after we took off, the pilot turns around and he's got this little cooler with sodas and beers in them. And he said, "Oh, do you want a beer?"
Is
and
he drinking beer?
Maybe, but at least he offered them to us. But I just thought, yeah, there isn't room here in this plane for a flight attendant, but focus on flying the plane. Like, you don't need to take on this responsibility.
Right.
Like, I don't want you caring that I need a beer. Like,
Right.
I'll just point to them that
Yeah.
it's fine. You don't need, yeah.
Oh,
I've gone skydiving. That's a private plane.
That
I
is.
was on
It's
that
your.
little thing.
How was
if
that?
the plane is your body.
I've taken off in a private plane. I've never landed in one.
How was skydiving?
It was like, I would say, a little bigger than this table. The
Mhm.
plane itself, we could fit like 4 bodies in there plus the pilot.
That sounds awful.
We were like crammed, like sitting between each other's legs on the ground. It was just like a pile of people,
Right.
and it was tandem. So I'm going to be wearing a guy as a backpack to like survive.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
we were not
I thought-
attached.
I thought the tandem meant you go on I thought the less experienced person goes on the back of the other person. I guess it makes sense that you
No, they
hang.
go on my
yeah,
back.
you hang
and then
from
he's
their
got
front.
the parachute.
Right.
I'm like a baby Bjorn.
Right.
But like it's all fun. I'm like trying to act like tough, like going up. I'm like, oh, this will be funny. We're filming it, and then they pop the door open, and like the pressure, everything changes,
right.
and like you can't hear, and then everything gets real, and you realize, oh, the guy who's wearing the parachute, I'm not even attached to him, and they like try to like hook you up in this tiny little space where you're just like shuffling. It's like being in a bathtub with 4 people,
No.
and then you just trust that he got all the hooks on.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
that's how I feel right before I see that footage of like Pink flying around
In the-
her in the stadiums and stuff.
What a fun show!
Wait, I don't know about this.
Yeah, at the end of every show, she
I know
flies.
Pink, but-
Like she
Like,
attaches
like
herself
Circus
to like
Soleil.
and flips and
Circus.
flies. And
Oh my God, amazing.
Sings the song "So What." I am a rock star, and she's going around the whole stadium, and I'm like, I just hope all the hooks are hooked.
Was she hooked up though? Because I thought it's like
Yeah.
that, like silk cloth where they
No,
like, you
she
tie
does
yourself
the
up.
She does the silks at some point in the show. By the way, this is all just what I've gleaned from YouTube. I really wanted to go to the Pink tour. I didn't get to go.
Well, let's go later today.
But at the end of the show, that she's hooked up to like 6 lions, and she flies all over the stadium.
Wow.
which is, it's worth googling. It's
Is it
really cool.
better than like Peter Pan? Because I
Yeah.
saw Peter Pan at the Pantages. I
Yeah.
walked away with a crush on Sandy Duncan,
Oh.
and I was 6.
I think I saw that production
Did you?
too.
Yeah.
Yes. I saw Sandy Duncan play Peter Pan.
Did you also see Dick Van Dyke in The Music Man?
No.
Oh wow.
No.
Not to brag.
I saw Mickey Rooney in Sugar Daddies at the
Ooh,
Pantages,
I don't
and
know
then
that
Andy Gibb in Pirates of Penzance, but not Andy Gibb. It was Andy Gibb and Pam Dauber, and they were like, Andy Gibb will not be at this performance today. And my mom threw a fucking fit.
Oh, yeah.
And then like 3 days later, he was dead.
Oh jeez.
Which is
Well, so he could have come.
yeah. It's like, Andy, what the fuck? There are
Yeah.
children waiting for you.
Right.
Die another day.
I'm wondering if I saw Pirates of Penzance.
You probably did.
I got to ask my mom.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I have been wanting to do something like that.
see Pirates of Penzance?
No, the flying.
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Since like I started wrestling.
What
I
does it
have been
take to do
pitching-
that?
You gotta. Well, you need like a crew. You need like experienced
Mhm.
people. I was trying to get it done in New York like
Mhm.
years ago, and they were like looking into it, and they just like, this is too expensive. You're not worth the $150,000.
Right, for the whole contraption.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that'd
hope you
be
get
my
to.
dream. I just want to come from the ceiling.
Yes,
just
that's the
one
ultimate
time.
Dalton Castle thing.
Yeah. Come from the ceiling.
Mhm.
I want to set like a moon,
Right.
in a big silver moon, sitting on it, spotlight,
Yeah.
disco ball outfit. Halfway down, one of the straps breaks. I swing over to the left. I hit the set. Everything's it's part of the show, but everything's going horribly wrong.
Mhm.
But my face, stone cold. Like
Yeah.
I'm in control because
Yeah.
that's what a good performer I am. I
Right.
get out there when the lights are on me. Oh,
The show starts.
yeah.
You click in.
Even when I'm like tempting death,
Mhm.
I'm here to give you a performance of
Right.
a lifetime. My lifetime ends tonight,
Oh, boy.
but yours forever. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do.
No, I hope it happens.
Me
So, how
too.
was the actual skydiving? Because if there's one thing I'll never do, it's skydiving.
Why is that? You don't want to die?
I don't want to die. Yeah, that's
like
pretty much.
that.
Well,
You ain't living until you're about to die.
I disagree.
You ain't living till you're dying.
Yeah.
I hear that, but yeah, to me, it just feels too dangerous.
It was
scary.
It was scary. It was great. It was one of the best feelings I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah. You don't have time to be scared because you're that terrified. You're just
Mhm.
kind of going through the motions, and everything's like quiet. But then like you jump out, and it's like the longest 30 seconds of your life. And the guy like told me he was gonna put his hand in my face to like let me pull the cord.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the video. You could see it. Like he puts the thing in my face, so I like start reaching down looking for the thing, and I can't find it.
Oh my god!
It's maybe a second and a half that he
Mhm.
lets me struggle, and then like you could just see my face. I think, oh, we're about to die. This is the end. And then he pulls it, and then everything goes back to normal. The
Oh.
wind stops. The sounds get easier to hear, and you're just talking with some guy on your back as you float down. It's great. You should do it. You should skydive.
Do
I mean, you have kids that you have to take care of, so risk it all. It's fine.
Right? Maybe someday.
Today.
No, see, when I'm 80, I'm gonna do heroin.
I was
I'm gonna do
thinking that, too.
acid,
I was
and I'll
60
skydive.
64 is where I'm setting that up for the
Really?
heroin.
You know what? You say that, but then all of a sudden you're gonna be near 64, and you're gonna be like, 64 is younger than I thought.
There'll be some
Have you heard the
fancy
Beatles
new
song?
drug by then too.
Probably.
I've heard the new Beatles song.
Oh no, I said you've heard the Beatles song
Oh,
about 64.
sorry.
I haven't heard the new Beatles song.
It's not
though.
that good.
That's
There's
what I
a
hear.
new Beatles
Mhm.
song.
Yeah. They brought John out of the grave.
How do they do that?
They
With, like,
found
the
old
AI?
recordings, and
Oh.
then it's not memorable, but it's
Mhm.
cool. It's a
Yeah. One more skydive question. When you're
This was like 12 years ago, 15 years ago. It was a long time ago.
okay, so it's recent. When you're just hurtling through the air before you pull the thing, does it feel? Is the sensation that you are falling? Do you remember?
Well, you're like weightless. Yeah, I mean, you definitely see. You feel like you're a big wind in your
Mhm.
face.
Okay,
I don't know how to. Yeah, not falling, but not like scary falling.
Right.
It's just like euphoric.
I do like
It's
Euphoria.
an adrenaline rush.
Yeah. How long does it take you to come down from that?
Quite a
like
while.
you're back on the floor. You're back on the ground, and you're like, how do you even function after doing something like that?
You just go around, because I was with a big group of people, and we were all taking turns going up. And I remember like being on the ground in the best mood of my life. I'm like, what a day! Like vibrating and eating a sandwich, and then trying to describe what I'm feeling to everyone else as if they didn't feel it too. I'm like, but like my experience is unique. You don't understand. I feel great. Yeah, it's good. It was. You should do it.
No.
Am I not selling this?
Hardest of passes.
I don't even want to ride on a motorcycle.
I don't have kids. Like, I have no one to live for.
Sadie.
I have Sadie. God love her. She's so blind now. But I still just don't think I could do it.
What do you do for hobbies? What are you doing outside of work?
I watch a lot of television, but that's
still
also my work. I know.
Yoga. She went on a yoga retreat.
I do yoga. I work. I
mean,
do.
yoga's
I
cool, but
hike.
that's kind of just like self health.
Yeah, self improvement. But yeah, I'm not risk averse, but I just don't know that I would do that.
Do you have the same thing I do? And it's amazing that at my age I'm still living this way, but it's like, I can't do that to my parents. I mean, one of them's not even here anymore, and I still can't do. Like, they didn't raise me to take these kind of risks with my life. It's the same as, like, you know, I had a little drug phase in New York, and the guilt I felt was like, this is not who my parents raised.
Right. I literally have never had. This has come up recently. I've never had that thought, which I probably should.
No, it's
Somebody
good.
said the other day,
free yourself
on a work call. Like, have you ever been just like desperate for your father's approval? And I couldn't have said no faster. I was like, what? What are you even talking about?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, is that a thing? I see it with a lot of my male friends, but my parents didn't instill that kind. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say if I was skydiving and about to die, I would be like, I can't believe I'm doing this to Sam and Sadie.
Right.
You know, my parents would be like, is it in the sky? Is it dangerous? They just wouldn't even. It would be so hard to explain. I'd be dead.
Do your parents live on Earth? Like every time you tell them, they ask the stupidest questions.
I mean, they don't. They didn't. She didn't even recognize the picture of her own grandkids.
When you lived with Kelly Martin for 2 years,
Yeah.
did you change anything legally?
No. I was still going back and forth. I was still going to high school in Woodland Hills, but they had a condo in Studio City. And Kelly was off shooting a show called Christy for CBS, where it was like their attempt at Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman.
Oh.
And so I stayed with Kelly's little sister and was kind of like the nanny to her little sister. So it was almost like a job in a way, but it was also like a safe haven.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds nice.
It was nice. I did get to thank them at that big reunion. I was like, if it wasn't for Young Actors Space, I wouldn't have had anywhere to go in high school. So I'm very thankful to them.
All right, now let's get to the bottom of who Dalton is, because
I'm not ready for this anymore.
You have to be.
No, we went down to the road. I've shut the door.
Shh. Well, open it.
I don't want to open up anymore. Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Why are you looking up so much?
Why are you?
What's
being
going
a
on?
weirdo?
It's these lights.
Oh yeah.
Are those new?
They're a lot. They're from IKEA, I assume.
Dalton kind of has a look on his face like the edibles just kicked in.
Yeah, I feel like we're with Owen Wilson or something.
Yeah, but I haven't had one.
They're new-ish, but they're mostly because we're trying to find better light.
You want to know about the time I met Owen Wilson?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. RJ and I were out here a couple years ago filming Celebrity Family Feud because I'm a celebrity.
Get me out of
We
here.
might have already told this story.
No, there was no Owen Wilson in the story. There was David Arquette and dessert that you thought was like maggots or something.
Yeah. Okay, so after that, the next day, we're going to David's place. We're going to stay with him for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, okay, when you show up, just know I'm teaching an art lesson here.
The Bob Ross situation.
Yeah. So when we walk in, he's teaching Owen Wilson to paint.
Oh, my God.
And we're like, oh, hey. And he went, oh, hey, how are you? And that was about it. And I was just so freaked out. Like, I think I'm interrupting something. So RJ and I just ran and we went and got lunch somewhere else.
Were you excited, though?
It was weird because it was like pandemic days.
Yeah.
Everyone had masks on. And I'm like, this is intruding. I'm making everybody uncomfortable.
Right.
But it was nice. Now I got this little shitty story to tell.
It's so good, though.
You're not sorry you picked the lock.
No, because now I've learned never to do that again. Those are life lessons.
So anyway.
And it's nice to know my parents loved each other.
Yes.
That is nice.
That's nice.
Okay. Really loved each other.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
like-
it's so good. I'll never not think it's gross.
Have you ever walked in on your parents?
No, but so this guy who lived up the street from my parents was how many years older than me?
Was he their bull?
What does that mean?
Their third?
Oh my God.
I didn't even know that term.
I don't know if that's a term or not. It sounds right, though.
Sounds right. No. He was maybe 4 years older, between 2 and 4 years older than I am, but I always thought of him as like older. When I was graduating high school, he and we lived like near each other my whole life, but we became I'm doing a gesture with my hands because this is my parents' house and this is his house. we started hanging out. We became good friends and started hanging out when I was 18 or 19. And for anyone who has heard the horrendous underwear story, that was this guy's friend, Tim. So anyway, that's a whole separate thing.
Back to that.
But he told, so I'm 18, 19, and he told me that he was out hiking in the hills, like behind, because my parents live sort of on these hills behind the house, and with a friend. And I was raised never to go out there because there's snakes.
Ooh.
And he and his friend turned and like saw my parents having sex in
the
their
hills?
No, through their window.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And my parents saw them and were like, And I remember all of a sudden they got shutters.
Great.
They didn't have them before because you don't expect to see anyone out there.
No.
Yeah.
They're
and-
like 1-800 emergency shutters.
But then later, and I felt so disgusted. And like I couldn't barely even look at my parents. Like,
Yeah.
how could you animals?
You look like you've been chowing butts, man.
Oh my God.
And then he told me that like
You sound like you're going to die.
it wasn't.
You didn't
Like-
even witness it. You're witnessing it third party through someone else's eyes.
I know, and it had been years before too. But I was just like, I need to issue an apology from the House of Rosen that you had to witness this. And like apparently it was like some freaky position.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. But don't you kind of want to know what?
I bet he's lying. I bet he's overreacting about the freakiness of it all. Unless there was like a hanging basket swing.
No, I
involved.
don't think there's anything like that. Wait, and there was something else though. Maybe it was just I felt like I had like an addendum. Now I can't remember what the addendum was, but yeah. Anyway, oh no, I know. The other thing was one time the phone rang, and it was for my parents. So I was knocking on their, just knocking on their door, and
For people listening, she did the motion with the hand.
I was just knocking.
Every time you heard knock, there was a fist being.
Yeah,
pumped.
and they weren't answering.
Ah, rude.
And finally, they didn't have the good sense to lock the door. I just opened up the door and I'm like, phone's for you. And then closed it. And I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
But later, my mom said to me, do you need to talk about what you saw?
Oh, that's nice. Very Americans of her.
Well, yeah. And I said I didn't see anything. But for the rest of my life, until telling this story right now,
Yeah.
I
The
wondered.
trauma's rushing back.
No. This is talk about like compartmentalizing. I literally wondered, what is it that I could have seen? And I just put together that them having sex is what I could have seen.
Yeah. Otherwise, she wouldn't have said, do you want to talk about it?
Or do you need to talk about what
Or
you saw?
do you need to talk about what you saw?
My mother's
Ugh.
in her 70s now. Should I bring this up?
Yes.
Should I, like, open it up?
Mm-hmm. What do you
See
think?
what she remembers about it?
Yeah. I am going to bet you 50 cents. That's how confident I am that she's not going to remember it. She's going to claim she doesn't remember it. What do you
She
think?
probably forgot it within the week. I think
Yeah.
when you do something like that, you bury it.
I think so.
Yeah. Also, she's very old.
Yeah.
So she doesn't got time
70s
for that.
isn't that old. Or is she an old 70?
Old 70s?
Mhm.
No.
Old 97s.
She's old.
Mm-hmm.
But her brain's working, I think. It's pretty all right. She's losing her hearing a bit. She has hearing aids now.
Yes. my
Where
dad
does your
had-
mom live?
My mother lives in Connecticut on the ocean.
And
Ooh,
where
nice.
do you live?
I live in currently I'm in Nashville,
Oh, right.
but we're packing up to go spend a few months up in Rochester, New
Oh.
York. That's where I'm from.
Oh.
Upstate New York. And it's going to be very cold,
Yeah.
and I'm already disappointed in my decision. But
Is this a
Yeah, why are you
work-related
doing it?
decision?
no, family. We want to be closer to family. My
Mm.
wife's from upstate New York too, so I don't know. The pandemic messed with my head a bit.
Like
I
how?
It was just like I felt like I was never going to see my family again.
Yeah.
And I'm missing like my nephews and nieces growing up.
Mm.
Also, I don't know. There's things about Nashville that I don't love anymore, but there's also a lot I like.
Mhm.
I'm in torn between two
I
places.
don't have
know
any-
what to do with my life. I'm going to be living in two cities.
I don't have any sense of Nashville. I've been to Memphis and I've been to the Peabody Hotel, which you and RJ.
The Ducks.
Yeah, I was very excited about the Ducks. But I
Robin,
haven't.
do you know of the Ducks?
No, but I was supposed to go to Memphis around this time and I couldn't. So
Okay.
I can't wait.
The duck master there. He's a friend of ours. We know him through David Arquette and Pee-wee, and what they do is they these ducks they keep them on the
live
roof,
on the hotel,
live on, upstairs in like a suite, and then they bring them down every day. They make a big like parade out of it. It's so.
This is the Peabody in
the
Memphis.
Peabody Hotel. Yeah,
I'm gonna write it down because I'm planning a trip to Memphis.
The ducks take the elevator down.
Oh, I love that.
They walk a red carpet.
Oh my
then
God.
they get in the fountain and they hang out until like 5 p.m. and then they do it in reverse.
Oh my
it's
God,
like a whole
I can't
thing.
wait.
They sell. I had one of those pens that you just turn it and the thing
Yes.
inside's moved and the little ducks move.
And the cocktails, if you get a drink there, the stir is a
12.
little rubber ducky.
Ooh, how cute! So what is Nashville like?
It's like a cleaner Memphis, I'd say.
What are the parts of it you don't like?
It gets a bit hot.
Mm.
There's more people like moving in now than ever. Like we've been there for 4 years, and it's like grown exponentially. It's like 4 times as big now, and I don't know. I loved what I loved about Nashville was it was like a big city, but with like not a lot of people, and now it's like just a big city.
Got it.
And
Everybody's talking about moving to Nashville.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is it like
Yeah.
the new Austin?
Yes.
no state income tax. That's pretty rad.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a big one.
Do they get you elsewhere though? Like, is there something else is more expensive?
Yeah, there's like weird double tax on your food or something. My wife just discovered that the other day. I forget what she called it. It was like I think it's just called food tax.
Mm-hmm.
Then
when we stayed in New York a couple weeks ago, we had on our hotel bill a Javits center tax.
what is that? What is a Javits?
Look on your hotel shit, like your itemized bill. I don't know.
They're
It was
always
like,
there's always
resort
these weird
fee
things.
It's like
and-
yeah.
because we're near the Javits Center, I have to pay a tax. I didn't go to the Javits Center, and then I Googled it, and it was like, unfortunately, there is no way to get out of the Javits Center tax. But yeah, I was thinking when you said there's no state income tax or whatever that I was like, they get you on the food, and then you said food, so I'm sure they do something weird.
So the Javits Center is public?
I guess. I don't know. I just don't know why there would be a tax. And
Right.
I frankly didn't even see the Javits Center anywhere near the hotel we were staying.
That'd be like if you stay in LA and you pay a forum tax. Well, the forum's not public though, I don't think.
Right. I don't
That's
know.
weird.
But
That's
Nashville,
strange.
I like Nashville. I think it's very pretty.
Yeah,
They have great biscuits.
I do love it. I don't know why I said there's parts of it I don't like. I think
You're trying to convince yourself you don't
I
like it
think
'cause
that's
you're
what I'm
leaving.
trying to do. I'm not exactly leaving. I'm staying in both. I'm just doing
Right.
a couple months up north, thinking about moving there. But
It's
I'm
smart that you're
gonna
going
miss
up
Nashville.
there when it's cold, though.
yeah, get it out of the way.
Well, to be like, this is how it would be if we lived here. You're not deluding yourself by going to spend 3 months in the spring.
wait,
Which we have done. We go up and visit family during the summer. Like, oh, I remember this being amazing.
Right.
But you said that you're packing and you haven't done much of the packing. I thought it was like you're moving the whole. You just mean like packing for a few months.
Well, we're like
Not
packing half our
just.
stuff up.
Got it. Yeah.
Because we rented a place up there, but it's not furnished, so we got to bring all our stuff.
Mm.
I have the greatest wife in the world,
Mhm.
so like this kind of stress, the packing things, that's just in my head. But I've done nothing.
Right.
She's done everything. Like right now, she's home packing all the boxes up. We're leaving in like 3 days, and I know when I come home it'll all be done, and she won't say anything negative to me about it because I think she likes doing this kind of stuff. She's amazing at Tetris, so like this is like right up her
Oh
alley.
yeah. So wait, unfurnished meaning like you have to take your beds and stuff.
Wow.
You're packing up your beds.
We've got 2 beds, and there's only 2 of us. We don't sleep in separate beds. I should
Right.
be clear about that.
Yeah. Well,
We're
you're not
gonna-
Bert and Ernie.
I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring our bed,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're gonna leave the guest bed back at the other house.
And sorry, are you driving there? How is everything getting there?
My brother is gonna come down.
Oh.
My brother's a professional truck driver.
Oh my God, how nice to have
Immediately
that in the family.
offered to come down because we're moving to his town.
Yeah.
So he's excited to see me. And then he'll come down. He'll drive the U-Haul, and then I'll just follow him in a car.
How many
Nice.
kids do you have?
0.
Oh, okay. I was
I
like,
rule.
I thought you had kids for some reason. No. Okay. Because I was like, where do the kids sleep if you have a bed and a guest bed?
We've
Oh my
got a
God,
closet.
I was like, oh no, he's a family bed guy.
Oh God.
Oh God. But
By
you're
the
not, you're
way,
not.
Breaking news, which I really should share on Childish. I have never been a family bed person. Do you know what that means,
What is
Dalton?
that?
That's like where
When
your
the
kids
kids
sleep
are
in bed.
sleeping with you?
Yeah, with you. If it works for you, fine.
Yeah.
I
Every
it
night?
doesn't work.
People do that every night?
Yes, it's called co-sleeping.
Yeah,
It's not okay.
I just
More like no sleeping.
Yes.
good one. But I don't know how long ago Owen started coming in. Well, when we moved Owen out of his crib, which was kind of late. He started coming into our room in the middle of the night every night and climbing into bed.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I was like, I cannot sleep at all. But I don't have what it takes to like repeatedly walk him back to his room. And then I got to a point where I'm like, I'm actually able to sleep. I've adjusted to it. And there's something sort of nice about snuggling with a little 4-year-old while you sleep. But still, I'm aware that I'm not sleeping as well as I would. He has stopped. Knock on wood that it stays. But it's like the first night he didn't come in, we were like, could it be? Like, that's weird. Is he okay? And then, then it was like back and forth. And now it's like all week he hasn't come in.
Great.
Yeah. So this is big news in my world. I'm finally sleeping better.
Hopefully he won't have to pick a lock to come in next time.
Yeah, just leave the door open.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, yeah, it all ties back into seeing your parents have sex. And if you decide to be a co-sleeper or a family bed person,
you're having sex.
Well, they always say like the rationalization is like, well, it allows you to schedule and have special time for sex.
Wait, when the kids sleep in the bed with you?
No, like if the kids are out or da-da-da-da. But I can say the one person I know who did co-sleeping with her and the father of her child, the marriage did not last. So that's all I know.
Do you think that's why, though?
And the kid has a crazy speech impediment that they haven't fixed. Very fixable speech impediment.
What is it?
Because of the co-sleeping. His it's so mean. I don't have kids. Dalton, but it's like he's just like, oh, I want to go to the store.
How do you fix that?
It's the
Will you sleep in your own bed?
Instead of saying like store, you say store, or like like all your alls are just like rolling alls. You know that?
Oh yeah, all.
You're just doing a
R.
Boston accent.
Well, without giving too much away about this kid because he's a kid.
Yeah. Keep making fun of a child with a speech impediment.
He's in college now. But let me just say,
wait, he still talks like this?
That's my issue. Is he still talks like this, and I can't understand him at all. And I'm pretty good.
If he's in college, he on his own could seek help for it.
Yeah,
if he wanted to.
But I will just say that the occupation that he's chosen, which is in the medical field, I'm just like, what are they going to think when you're like handing, instruments to people during surgery? But he's like, like he just
scalpel.
That's what I do with Sam. I'm like, this is our friend's kid, in the surgery room. Scalpel. But he's really smart. He just like has us all.
You can't back end it with all these compliments. You've already come off as a monster.
I know. I happen to love this kid, but as someone who's watched him grow up, I was in the room when he was born. I helped his mother deliver him. I want him to have all the best shots in life.
Yeah.
And like,
that's why you've taken him down since day one.
Yeah, just take that kid down.
Do you and his mom ever talk about it?
I would love to, but I'm too scared because she'd be like, "Oh, that's just his journey." You know
what, Robin? I have something that will relate.
Oh,
this show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Great. This time of year can be a lot, and it's natural to feel some sadness or anxiety about it, but adding something new and positive to your life can counteract some of those feelings. Therapy can be a bright spot amid all of the stress and change, something to look forward to make you feel grounded and give you the tools to manage everything going on. For example, Robin, you could talk with your therapist about your concerns over this guy, and like, is it about you in some, because obviously like the things that really speak to us, where there's part of the story, there's a piece that we're relating to, taking personally, etc. And like, what would be the kindest way, all that stuff. These are the kind of things that I take to my therapist. And I love her. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Find your bright spot this season with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/bestfriend today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/bestfriend. All right, so we have a lot to get to. We have a snack chat and such. But just real quickly, Dalton, I know you. Okay, so I know you through RJ City, who was supposed to be here today, but was at the last minute not able to make it. Unfortunately, we believe it's a sex thing.
It's a sex thing.
And I know you from the internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Which it tickles me. But RJ has described it as like you guys are opposites. He's dark, he's depressed, he's a pessimist, he's neurotic.
And
you are.
I have removed my shoes. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. Robin's definitely noticed.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
I noticed
Okay.
it a second ago, and I was
Yeah.
like, I love that you feel that comfortable here.
No, I'm barefoot all the way. I'm
It's a-
barefoot. I drive barefoot.
Oh yeah,
You have a
Yeah.
very shaggy carpet in
I
here.
know,
Yeah.
and it
Feels like
doesn't get used very often.
I'm
so.
dieharding it with my feet right now.
It's great. Get in touch with those neurons in the earth.
You looked to make sure
I
I
had
was,
to-
yeah.
I wanted to see what was happening.
Yeah.
Uh,
Making fist with my tootsies.
I like it. So, yes, you are the opposite of that. You are light, he is dark. But before we started, we were talking about how your actual, your given name is not Dalton Castle.
Yeah. It's Brett.
And right. And you were saying that you're talking about the difference between Brett and Dalton and that one of you is dark. And I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
My understanding is you're 100% lightness. What's going on? Oh, I think you said that like all your anxiety and all your whatever exists within Brett or within Dalton.
No, it's not like that was a joke, the two personalities. But there is a distinguishing difference between the two, I guess. As Dalton is a character, I feel more confident when I'm doing Dalton because I it's not real.
Right.
I can just say whatever I want to be funny.
Mhm.
Brett is my name, and I think with the biggest difference between the two is I never know what to introduce myself as
Right.
when I'm meeting people, which is so stupid because like I'm Brett and I should just say that. But then there's this world of like fans. There's like when I'm at work backstage, there's like this city of people like coming through that maybe are wrestlers, maybe they're coworkers, maybe they're production people, maybe they're just people who work for the building.
Right.
And I'd like to keep that like distance between us. So if it's like someone comes up and says, "Hey Dalton, I know where I know them from."
Right.
I may not know if I have a personal connection with them, but at least I know. All right, I'm the wrestler in their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But if they say Brett, it's like now there's a confusion. If I don't recognize their face, like, oh, is this a family member? Is this somebody I know from my
Is
past?
this my wife?
Yeah, is this my wife again? Which one? Yeah, those are the two.
Got it. Okay. So it's not like one has darkness though.
I don't think so. I mean, there's darkness in me just in general.
Mhm.
I'm sad. I'm not sad. I'm in this weird point in my career where I feel like I've crushed it. I'm doing
Yeah,
great,
You are.
but I don't feel comfortable. It's
Mm.
weird. Like I can't relax. Like I should sit back and be like happy with everything I got, but I also like I think about I want it more.
Mhm.
I need to think about what's next,
Right.
and then that like frustrates me and like kind of negates any positive feeling I have about what's actually going on.
Mm-hmm. Like you have trouble being in the moment.
Yeah, a little bit.
When you wrestle, do you have trouble being in the moment?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what you mean by that because like when I wrestle, it's like a blur. Like I'm not really enjoying what's happening. I'm just reacting and acting to like what the crowd is doing and what my opponents are doing. Usually I get the enjoyment of what I did after. Like I think and reflect about like how things went. I think about like, oh, what went wrong and how I solved it, the issue, and I'm proud of it. But I don't, I'm not out there and I'm like, yeah, this is great. Look at it. I'm in a sold out stadium here. This is neat. I just do, this is the job. You got to get back there and they're not making noise. You got to get them to make noise.
Right.
These are the weird thoughts are going through. Don't fall. Don't break something.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting because RJ had said that he's seen things go awry while you're like in the ring and he's just looked at you and you've just been laughing.
Yeah.
And to him, I think that was an indication that you have this like very positive Zen mindset.
Well, the comfort, I think, because I know I'm good at wrestling, so like I can relax a little bit out there. So when things do go wrong, he's right. I do laugh at it, and it's real. I think the moment he's talking about was like on an independent show. It was much smaller audience, no real stakes,
Right.
and like just things were just spiraling out of control. And instead of like panicking and trying to fix it, I just laughed out loud and just dealt with it.
What would you remember? What went wrong?
Specifically, no. I just remember like every move. I think like the guy picked me up for like a body slam, which is like where you pick them up and you turn them upside down, and then you throw them on their back.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to pick me up, and I think I just like slumped out of his hands like a wet bag of laundry.
Uh-huh.
And then instead of like getting slammed down, I just like fell on the ground in a pile and giggled, and like you'd see me belly laughing.
Yeah, that's a good reaction. Why not?
Right, because like, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Everyone saw it.
Right.
You can't change it.
No, why? Just as someone who knows nothing about the mechanics of this, why did you go limp?
I don't remember. That was years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know. Am I zen in the ring, or am I just like on?
Mm-hmm.
Because like I do have moments backstage where I accept like this is great. By the none of this matters. It's just a stupid, funny show we're putting on, and if it goes bad, and if it goes bad, we'll get another shot at it. The confidence that I'm not going to lose my job over a bad performance is something that I think is important to hold on to, but I can't always do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and maybe the light and the dark with RJ and me, I find a lot of comfort in being around RJ because he's so neurotic and crazy that I feel like if he's freaking out, I can settle down a little bit more. And that might be what's going wrong here in this podcast room. I don't feel like you guys are doing great. I don't feel like I was ready to be on a podcast this morning, and
I feel like you've been doing great.
Well, that's just because I'm naturally amazing.
Yeah, I feel
can't
like
turn
you.
this off.
That's the thing, is that you gotta like let go. You know, you're trying to control it in your mind. Just go with the flow.
Yeah,
that's
you're
it.
so good.
Yeah, I have an expectation of how I wanted this to go.
Oh.
See?
Yeah.
Shoes off was definitely on the list, and I got there.
What else? What else is on the list? What else?
Pants are coming off.
Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't expect that, but I'm glad you feel comfortable.
Huh.
Yeah. How did you envision it going? This is good. I like to talk about this stuff.
There was going to be roaring of laughter.
Oh, well, the audience is probably
I was going to
roaring.
open up about stories that didn't involve my parents naked.
There they are.
Thank you. This is good now.
Yeah, there they are. They're all here for you, Dalton.
Do you want to know another like insecure thing I've been dealing with since
Yeah.
we sat down?
Oh,
Sure.
no.
You talk
Whoa.
so much industry stuff and about your
it's
job.
Disgusting. I'm sorry.
I don't know what the hell you're saying. I don't know anybody's name in this
Well,
world.
she's Robin.
Well, yes, I know everybody in the room's name, but in any of the stories,
Do you know who Kathy
Jerry.
Griffin
I know
is?
Kathy Griffin.
Okay,
Of course I
so
know Kathy Griffin.
It
Maybe.
wasn't.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Who else were you feeling alienated
Was
by?
it the Justin Martindale, Heather McDonald situation? Because
Yeah.
a lot of people
Yeah.
don't know who those people are.
yeah, I was just throwing coffee table jokes in, and I don't know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Just who could it have been?
These are more niche comedians.
Yeah.
So, like, there's no way you would know
Necessarily.
Danny
know
Thomas
them.
is he's pretty old.
Did you know
school,
Danny
too.
Thomas?
Very, very old.
Marlo
reference.
Thomas?
No, I don't know.
You don't know
Thomas.
Marlo? Oh my!
Free to be you and me.
This
No,
is like
I know
when
Dave Thomas. That's
It's like
it.
when
That girl?
Kaylin
Come
Bean
on.
didn't know who Christy McNichol was. Or no,
Oh,
none
yeah.
of the lackeys at the Corolla show knew who Christy McNichol was. Which, do you know who
Really?
Christy McNichol is?
You gotta give me a project. See, this is what I do at home. I don't know any actor's name, but I love everyone's careers, and like I'll watch. That's the guy, the girl from this. They did that. They were also in that, and then I
So
never learned
Christy
their name.
McNichol, perhaps you would know her from being on Empty Nest, but she was like, and I'm getting a blank look, so it's okay. It's okay. You're Saved by the Bell era. You know what? It's okay. You just wouldn't know her.
I'm gonna.
But
say
she was a big child star.
the summer before I went to college. I was a camp counselor at a day camp. Then the day camp was at my old elementary school, so I was, whatever, in a familiar setting. My co-counselor was Christy McNichol.
No.
And she was in a movie about being at camp, wasn't she?
Oh yeah,
Wasn't Little Foxes about camp?
Yeah. Great movie. Yeah, she was like, "I'm Chris," and I was like, "I think I'm Christy McNichol." Like, what? Why? And she, I think, this was so long ago, obviously, but
I'm gonna
she
look up
had
a picture.
just
Hold on.
she had just,
Kristi.
I think, been diagnosed with some stuff and really just wanted to hang out and be a camp counselor, and I was into it, and she
love
was
that.
really cool.
What was she diagnosed with?
I think it all came out around that time. Maybe it was bipolar. Maybe there was some mental illness that she was trying to tackle, and to her credit, she's really stayed out of the spotlight.
Yeah.
She
like,
in Meatballs.
No, she wasn't in Meatballs.
I'm just seeing a
Bad
girl
News
from the
Bears?
70s
No.
with short hair.
Bad News Bears?
She might have been in Bad News Bears.
She was not.
Or no,
in
was
Bad
that
News
Tatum
Bears. That was
O'Neal?
That was
O'Neal.
Tatum
Okay.
O'Neal.
I associate them.
Yeah,
Kristen
but-
She was in
McNichol.
Family.
Yeah,
Little
Yeah.
Darlings.
This is what she looked like when she was like at the top of
Yeah, I
being
pulled
a
a-
child star.
I pulled up a picture of her. She was like 16, and that's not the right person.
Yeah, she was very, very famous.
She, like 1976 to 1980.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah.
So
Tatum O'Neal, Kristen McNichol, and there's a third one that I confuse. Oh, Jodie Foster,
Sure.
actually.
All from they all probably went out for the same parts right
I
here
bet
in
they
Burbank.
did. Yep.
Yep.
You again is
Yeah.
probably what they said.
You again.
Oh, you and Cynthia Nixon was in
Little Foxes
as well.
And you know what? She's a revelation in that
She's
movie.
from Sex and the City.
Were either of you child actors?
a little
A
bit.
little bit.
A
We
little
both
bit.
were a little bit.
A little bit. I was around a lot of child actors when I was growing up.
Allison, did you grow up here?
I grew up in Orange County, so like now like 2 hours away, but when I was growing up it was like an hour away.
Yeah.
At what age was your first like audition or weird thing?
I did a pilot when I was a senior in high school, but it didn't get picked up. So
What was it about?
It was a sketch comedy pilot, and it was just like a bunch of idiots doing sketch
Were
comedy.
you a high school theater
Yeah.
kid? All right.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I can understand feeling weird about the industry stuff, and we certainly don't mean for you to feel alienated. I when you talk about wrestling, I get it.
Yeah,
you know,
you're
like
out.
I'm not fully of the wrestling world, but I'm adjacent now because I know you.
That's another thing I worry about when I do interviews is I think I speak about wrestling as if everyone knows what the hell I'm talking about, like the terms or just in the way that it
Well,
works.
but you broke down. You explained body slam for us, and you could have just gone
Yeah.
right past that.
Yeah, but did I really?
Yeah.
Using those words, could you reenact what a body slam is?
Well, when you said body slam, I had an idea, but then you said it's where you pick up a guy, you turn him upside down, and then you throw him down on his back.
Oh,
And so then I was like, oh yeah, I get it more now than I
you
did.
want to know why that came out so clear? Is because I have a degree in communications.
Beautiful.
See,
I'm the best at communicating.
you're a master communicator.
Well, you make it sound dirty.
I know
Yeah.
it did sound. I didn't mean to though. Okay, listen, everyone.
This isn't a sex thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god, I
even
didn't realize
RJ
we had
dropped.
that.
Oh,
There he is.
look who came in.
Yeah.
We got so much bang out of that buck, Dalton. I mean, for weeks we talked about. Jeff, do you know the story behind this?
I do not.
Okay, so RJ City, very good friend of Dalton,
Hilarious. He's very, very funny.
become a friend of mine, has been on the show a bunch. He is a wrestler and he hosts this show called Hey EW for AEW where he interviews wrestlers and it's very clever and funny. So the last time they were both on, he was telling us about how the night before he met up with this woman who it has become like did he say they had become online
Yes.
like they were like social media friends
Yes.
at like, you know, because of schedules, it was like at midnight at the hotel bar.
Yeah.
And so they're talking and then he like cut her off in the middle and was like, this isn't a sex thing, right? Now, Robin and I both put ourselves in her shoes
I
and wanted to die.
Die.
We wanted to die.
Death.
It's such a it's like, because
If it is or if it isn't, you're still caught.
yeah, because if it isn't, then it's like, why would you think I needed you to say that? It's so
Yeah,
bad. It
it's
is so bad. But and this is what came out later. Daniel's back. He expected us to be like, oh my God, that's so great that you did that.
Right. And we were
And so he was
mortified.
kind of shocked that we were just like, because no matter what, she's going to be like, what? No, I have 1,000 boyfriends.
Sex thing.
And so
Back on
then,
that.
just for the first time today, actually, I was like, you know, I can imagine where he was like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's probably heard a million women be upset at men for leading them on, or he's been in that situation. So he thought he was like nipping it in the bud by letting her know where she stands right away.
Is that a thing? Women get real upset for getting led on?
Well, not in the
I don't.
not in the way that you're not like
What are you doing? Why did you even bring me in here? And then they break a lamp.
yes, not in the way that you're
So
thinking,
specific.
but I
I'm-
think that there are
I'm thinking of the scene from the movie The Program about college football, where the guy has a roid rage because a woman didn't want to have sex with him, and he starts breaking everything in the room. But with a giant, muscly woman now.
Yes. No, that's not how I mean it. But I mean, like, there are certainly, I think I've been one of them in, a long time ago where it's just like, where is this go? Is this going anywhere? Where's this going? Why was he acting that?
Oh, yeah.
Why was he acting that way if he doesn't like me?
Right.
Like, what is, this thing of like, but he's saying he doesn't want a relationship, but his actions speak otherwise or whatever. So anyway, we talked about this for weeks and weeks, Dalton. Weeks and weeks.
Weeks and weeks. And you know what? I do think we discovered along the way that for various different reasons and context clues, it could have very well been a sex thing.
Yeah.
I think we arrived at that conclusion and that RJ was completely okay. It was not wrong for him to ask that question based on some context clues.
No, and just getting it out of the way.
Yeah.
I still would have died if I were her.
The other option is worse.
I would have been like, I can't wait to get out of this situation to go tell someone about this situation, which she did in a little
But
Twitter
you would have,
post.
if it were you would have been like, but now I get months of content.
Yeah, possibly.
In his defense,
So good.
I wouldn't have thought that a woman would be mortified by that, but also it wouldn't occur to me to say something that blunt in this situation. So there's weirdness for everyone.
I'm jealous of that bluntness. Being direct and saying exactly what you want or think is such a superhero power
Yes.
that I wish I had. Because I
wish everyone had it.
I will
but
speak
you have to
my
land
feelings.
it gently. You can't just be like, bleh.
Well, yeah, there's tone behind it, but like the words, just if you just say exactly what you want, I still
this
don't
not a sex
believe
thing?
you, no matter what it is.
Wait, you don't believe someone who says exactly what they want to you?
Well, there's two sides of this. There's the way I handle it, which is I will speak my feelings. I always say what's on my mind. I'm trying to be more honest with everything I do in life now. But with that comes both sides of my indecision. So, like, I'll say, hey, this is what I'm thinking. I think we should be doing this. But also, yeah. And then it's just wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Or
I don't know. I mean, probably. But then again, though, it depends.
That's a drop.
It is.
Maybe oh hell no.
It's a little bit of artistry
short
there.
answer is no, except when it's convenient. I do. Here's where it's going to get a little murky. I don't think so online. I mean, I think word counts were important in print magazine, but online there isn't that. Well, I mean, unless there's like ads being no.
Wow.
I love it.
Boy, I don't know.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh,
I hate it.
So funny. Yay.
That's my
Beautiful
magnum
word.
opus.
Thank you.
Wow.
Beautiful word.
So good.
There was a moment when I thought that was all just one clip. But
Yeah,
that's-
no.
Yeah.
But close to it. I'm relating to what you're saying because that's me.
And then I feel like I negate anything I said up front with what I think I want. And then everyone just thinks, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm just sharing my feelings, everybody.
Why can't we hold space for that?
Yes, it's too much.
I mean, when we were taking photos at the beginning of the show, you said, I don't like this.
Didn't like it.
And I thought, that's very honest. That is very honest.
No, I'm drooling on
Yeah,
myself.
now you caught my disease, which is I drool out of the side of my mouth now. I don't know why.
Oh.
But water keeps coming out the side of my mouth. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Why do
Daniel
you have such a droopy face?
I don't know.
Daniel has
Oh.
re-entered. Hello. How
Hi.
was your work call?
Very,
Pass. Get the fuck out of here.
very businesslike.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's time for snack chat. Let's
Great.
hear.
You have grabbed that can 3 times.
I know.
You are so desperate to eat a can of boiled peanuts.
I'm not. Or another way to interpret it is I'm desperate not to eat them, and that's why I keep touching them and then changing the subject.
Can I?
Snack chat. Milky Way, Skittles, Reese's, cheese, crackers, butter sandwich, cookie pie, cookies, pudding, fruit, snack chat. Butter popcorn, chicken wing, very tasty is the thing. Snack chat. Snack chat.
You wanted to ask a question.
Well, I've had boiled peanuts before, but like from like a
never-
roadside. Yeah,
And they were warm, right? When
They
you
were-
get them.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are those boiled already or supposed to be boiled?
They're boiled already.
Okay.
You can heat them, or you can eat them straight from the can.
Yeah, I was
So-
thinking with this.
I'll explain.
Yeah.
Please do.
Introduce
Okay.
it.
Boiled peanuts have come up a lot on the show. I've never had them. They don't sound appetizing to me. They sound like just wet nuts. Mary Catherine Ham, who's been on the show.
Honey, you
a
like
number-
wet nuts, though.
Wet nuts.
Mary Catherine Ham, who's been on the show a number of times, was like singing their praises, and that's I think what I was just trying to like. What I don't get it. I don't get what they're what's special about them.
Oh, they can suck my nuts.
Nice.
So, so the BFF fan cast, which is the show about the show, they did a snack chat with these. And then Dr. Angela sent me them. And this is what the note says. Whitney said, so Whitney is another one of the BFF fan cast people. Whitney says these are like judging green beans on canned beans. Need to make a trip to Georgia for the real thing.
Exactly.
Heat them up, drain the brine, twist the shells to get them out. Don't put shell in your mouth. But I read the can and it says we don't have to eat them.
Those are all the things you have to do.
Well, I think
and then eat some.
One of them's
you.
don't put your shell in the mouth. That's easy.
I don't know that this is
heat
going to
them
be. However we feel about these, it's going to be a
Allison's,
judgment on
popping
how
the top.
boiled peanuts are.
Yes,
though.
correct.
Does
But it's-
Snack Chat require that the guests snack?
I mean, you don't have to if you don't
Oh,
want.
I'm new to this.
Snack Chat.
Oh my goodness.
Last
okay.
time she made me eat ricotta
Literally.
cheese and peanut butter.
That's right.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
This
yeah.
couldn't look more disgusting. Let's take a picture.
There's no way.
Everyone, can you guys see what I'm looking at?
Yeah, it looks
It's
like
just like-
severed fingers.
This
Yeah.
here, take a look, Jack.
Take a sip.
Okay, it smells like peanut butter. That's not bad. Okay, I'm going to.
Oh, it's not
What?
that bad. It's just dirty water with peanuts.
Yeah.
But why would you want that?
Well, you got to boil it in something.
Okay, I'm going to pass them around and help yourself to a wet nut.
Based on
Wait a
my
minute, how do you open
recent
this?
spontaneous barfing,
Are you going to
I'm
opt
gonna
out? That's fine.
pass.
Oh,
Self-care.
Okay,
You're
it-
being a coward.
Yep.
truly,
Totally.
it doesn't smell bad.
I don't want to.
No, it doesn't smell bad.
All right.
Pass.
Daniel Dignan.
Daniel,
We've
Yeah,
got
they're
Daniel.
good.
We've got Allison. We've got Dalton
so they're
slash
good. Is
Brett.
what you're
I
saying?
mean, they're fine. Yeah. I mean, these are not as
What's
good
the
as what
point
you get on the
of
roadside.
having them?
Oh,
Are they salted?
they're
Chew-
very salty.
I'm going to chew
Okay.
close into the microphone.
Do
Is that
it.
cool? Oh, I don't like them.
I'm going for another.
Yeah,
Good for you.
Here's the deal. Texture wise, they're fun. It tastes like a kidney bean. No, sorry. It feels like a kidney bean texture wise, but it tastes like a peanut.
It smells like a peanut.
I didn't think I would. It walks like a peanut. I didn't think I would like these at all.
Okay, here's my opinion.
Okay.
Easy to get into. All right, wet shell. That's convenient. Kind of pulls right off, like peeling off like a pair of sweatpants. It is a wet, cold, salty nut.
It's got
I
some
like
gelatinous stuff,
how
actually.
salty the
Mhm.
wetness is. I would rather have these hot though.
Yeah. I might
Yeah.
have to heat them up.
Little metallic taste to them. I
That's
think.
the can, I think.
Yeah. And it feels like canned food, like you eat canned chicken or tuna or
Mhm.
something. It's got that weird.
By
taste
the
to
way,
it.
are you talking about like Underwood canned chicken product?
Is that the brand?
Yeah, it's that little can that has like the wrap. It's like wrapped in paper, and it's got a little devil.
Oh, I don't know.
maybe
haven't
that's-
eaten canned
do you
chicken
know what
since
I'm
I was
talking
in
about?
college.
Yeah.
Oh! I know the kind you mean.
It looks like tuna.
Yeah, we actually
Shredded
have
canned
made.
chicken.
Daniel's going back for a second night.
Yeah, they're good. They're
Listen
fun.
to this gross, embarrassing thing I've done with canned chicken.
I would like to.
We were maybe 23. My wife and I got invited to like my boss's Super Bowl party,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Well, I'm going to bring buffalo wing dip," and I decided to save some money and a step by buying canned chicken,
Mhm.
just the shredded canned chicken. I put that, made a buffalo wing dip. It smelled like cat food, looked like cat food. It was the grossest thing. I brought it to the party. No one touched it. And
That sounds promising.
Yeah, no, it kind of does.
it was just so salty. I think
Yeah.
it was too much.
I have made chicken salad like you'd make tuna salad with that canned chicken.
Yeah, you could do that.
I think it's pretty good actually. But no, what I'm talking about is technically is it a potted meat product? It is like the saltiest.
The Underwood stuff?
Yeah. What is that?
They call it. Well, the ham is called deviled ham. I'm not
Okay.
sure what's the deviling about it, but there's a chicken version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
it's-
super salty.
Just
Okay.
mayonnaise.
I am like reacting to the amount of salt in there.
Yeah.
It's very
Gross.
salty.
Very
Mhm.
salty.
Also,
I haven't
there's
had
some
one.
black.
Just
There's
so
some
salty.
there's some black in the.
I can't
in the
get my wedding
shells.
ring off now.
Seriously.
Swelling up.
That's right.
Why do you want to take it off, Dalton?
I'm in LA, baby.
That's right. Okay, let's do product picks.
Uh-oh.
Since I don't believe we have the drops that you made last time, if they're ready. I don't know if Tony made them.
Drops.
Should we redo it?
No.
Yeah, could you redo it, please?
I don't remember how to do it.
It was
Reinvent it.
Product placement podcast person.
product
On the coffee table.
podcast pals product picks. But what song did we have you do it to? Oh no! We had you do.
Oh boy.
This is going terribly.
John,
I thought we were
tighten
eating
this up.
peanuts. What the hell is this?
Okay, can you
What are we
just
doing?
do whatever you want?
Podcast pals, peanut picks.
Close enough.
That sounds like a Saturday morning cartoon jingle.
It
love
is.
Yeah.
My product is from the time of October 7th, which was a tough day for the world.
Mm-hmm.
I broke out in a full body rash and it hasn't really gone away. And so now I'm on antibiotics, but Vanna cream is the stuff that they give you at the dermatologist that has nothing that will, that's why I'm wearing like a turtleneck today. It's like, so
Wait,
Vanna,
why are you wearing a turtleneck?
because like the rash starts on my neck. So I want to
Just
like,
tell people it's a tattoo.
yeah. Oh, they'll buy me with a neck tattoo. But so yeah, I'm just so itchy. But Vanna cream is the only thing that has worked because it's like free of everything and it's just a moisturizer.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan. You know what? I was on Instagram and I got hypnotized by those Augustinus Bader moisturizer ads, the $75 moisturizer. And I thought to myself, maybe I will look young if I buy that. And I did, and it didn't do anything. And I'm just firmly on the Vanna cream.
Would you say you're a fan of Vanna?
Yep. I'm a Vanna Fana. Yep.
No, there's Vanna cream, and there's Vanna cream lotion.
Yeah, no, I
This is
use
a
Vanna
cream.
cream.
Yeah, our pediatrician recommended this a long
That's
time
great
ago.
because Sam started using like lavender detergent to wash clothes and sheets, and I was like, he didn't understand. Actually, he thought I was making it up that you could actually have a reaction to that. And I was like, at this point, I'm reacting to everything. I don't know why.
Yeah, probably better that you avoided the wet nuts.
No wet nuts for Robin. What? Salad. Oh my god.
Since we're
you?
Yeah.
she was in a
salad.
No.
A taco
salad.
No.
Burger. Salad.
Just screaming salad in
that's
2003.
her in a commercial. She was also in a movie with Steve Guttenberg.
I am. I was. Yeah.
What was that like? Does he smell nice?
Very nice guy.
He's a great follow on Instagram.
Is he?
Well, he just gives these really sincere, uplifting, I was thinking today about how important friends are. And,
Aw.
it's just like this calming voice in the sea of chaos,
Well, he just went. So there's a musical in New York with Andrew Reynolds and Josh Gad called Gutenberg the Musical, but it's about the inventor of the printing press, not Steve Gutenberg. And they have a surprise guest at the end of every show, surprise celebrity guest. And Busy Phillips got bumped one night. Why? Because Steve Gutenberg was in town. And so, and apparently he like cried. He was like, I can't believe this is the most beautiful show. Like,
All right, rank your top Police Academy movies. Go.
I mean, one's the best. I don't
best?
feel like 1 and 2, and then everything else falls off a cliff.
What about when they're riding jet skis? That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
They're on those jet skis. They're like,
I just remember George Gaines giving some sort of, the dad from Punky Brewster giving some sort of speech, and somebody was
Henry Warnemont.
Oh, yeah, getting the blowy.
I
Yeah.
always think about that when I see people giving speeches.
Didn't understand it when I was young. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
I was like, why is he talking funny?
Yeah. But yeah, he's the nicest guy.
What's your product, Dalton?
I don't
Product
remember,
pick.
I don't remember the name.
Solid.
For indecisive people who want to change something on their wall.
A Magic 8-Ball?
Similar, but not at all.
Okay.
I had like a plain background of my wall, and I didn't want to paint it or hang anything up because I was.
Are we
trying to
the
keep it
same
clean.
person?
I think so.
Possibly, yeah.
I bought a bunch of colored masking tape. And you could just put it on your wall, like all different colors.
You made like a mural with masking tape?
Yeah. You just start putting up, make a design,
Wow.
make a weird thing. You can make a picture. Your kids can play with it.
How can you make a picture
And
out of
then it-
masking tape?
What are you talking about? They're just lines. You don't have an imagination?
I mean, is that
You
my
could-
problem?
you could make
Daniel,
a
is that my
square.
problem?
Slightly.
You can make a triangle. You could circle. You could take
So
all
you can
those
make
shapes.
geometric
Make
pictures.
a tree.
A triangle. Oh, a triangle. I was thinking circle.
I think maybe
I'm
are
having
you
a
our
meltdown.
are you our son Owen?
I know.
This is his
You
deal.
you're not being able to imagine what a shape looks like.
Well,
a
when you
triangle.
okay.
Are these my grandchildren?
When you said triangle, I was thinking circle, and I'm thinking, how do you make a circle with masking tape? But
You
I mean,
could
it's
just
difficult,
it'd
yeah.
be crappy. Yeah.
when you said picture, I was thinking like of someone's face. And I was thinking that'd be really hard. But you have to see what Owen made us put on the wall. It's like large tongue depressors in the like this like V shape with nails in between them, and then like a 3D flower situation.
His routine is every night before bed he gets the urge to be crafty, which is hilarious to me
because he started calling it. He said, "I have a crafty idea."
Yeah, because like I'm sort of crafty, and so it's like what?
Wait, hold on. Do you get that feeling at night too, though?
Well, I'll get the
all around
impulse, and then I can't think of anything else until I like.
You have to do it.
Yeah,
Same.
you have to do it.
I stay up all night.
Yes,
Daniel made the fireplace behind you.
I love it. It's beautiful.
I do love that. That's cool.
Thank you. Carved it out of foam and everything. So he started the other night just like drawing and doing this thing when he had these big popsicles or like tongue depressors and things, and then he started instructing me like, okay, cut these out, only the ones with the check marks, not the one with the X's. And I did that, and then it turned out like he had these different sizes of flour, and they were supposed to be stacked. So it was 3-dimensional. It was like the big one on the bottom, the middle one, and then the like smallest one, so that it was like looking down on a flower. And then he wanted that on the wall. And then he had a bumblebee, and it was cut out of plastic, and that was next to the flower. And then he had the tongue depressors with little faces on them, and they're worms. And it was like, and then he somehow got into a bucket of old like drywall screws, and he wanted them taped to the wall, and they were caterpillars, and you can see the ridges do look like a caterpillar.
Is your son a genius?
Well,
sort of. Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit.
He's a little bit of genius.
Because he just babbled to me in the
I
house.
know.
He didn't say one word that was real.
I know.
Yeah,
Dalton said, "How are you?" And he's like,
But we can
and
communicate with pictures, him and I.
Yeah.
So he's a little bit both. He's like a little bit of a genius, and he's a little bit in other areas he's behind. Where he's behind some development.
When you average it out, he's average.
No,
but he's advanced in certain ways. He just kind of.
How old is he?
4.5.
Oh, get it together. Come on.
I know.
It sounds like we're talking about someone who's deaf. When I hear us talking, it sounds like that's the description of someone on the spectrum.
We wonder if maybe
we're gonna get him assessed.
He is 4 years old though.
This is true.
So.
Yeah. I mean,
and he doesn't have the most normal parents.
I don't know. I don't know what normal is.
Oh, they go in the shed and they yell.
I know. I'm surprised he didn't demand to be in here, because when you were telling him like we're going to eat weird food, I'm surprised he wasn't like.
I was trying to discourage him from wanting the food.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but different. Do you know what's in the?
I have to say, but just lest anyone misunderstand, not that there is anything wrong with being on the spectrum. However, I think. I feel like it. Oh, yeah, maybe it didn't sound like I was saying there was any. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
You sound like you're saying it now.
I know. I've dug in. But look, I feel like as a parent, of course, you would prefer your child doesn't have any obstacles in their way.
So now it's an obstacle.
Okay. I should not have opened
Yikes,
my
Allison.
mouth.
Yikes.
You guys did this to her like in the podcast I was listening to on the way here. You made her pro-AIDS. You really
Make it worse.
They gang up on you.
I feel like I'm still unclear about your position on AIDS. Pro
Look,
or con? Why is it so
there's-
hard for you to take a stand? Why can't you just say you're anti-AIDS, honey?
So colored masking tape.
Yeah,
is
that's
your
my
thing.
product.
Yes. Daniel, do you have a product? And I know I'm springing this on you.
No, but
Okay.
we're recording this a week ahead.
Yeah.
Right? When this drops, I am going to have Quantz's picks.
Oh.
It's going to be a list. I've been putting it together.
Oh, I thought there was the things you play guitar with.
Yes.
Oh,
of,
yeah.
of all the picks that I
toothpicks.
like. Toothpicks, ice picks.
Hair picks.
Hair picks.
Oh my
all
God,
the different
lots.
picks.
Wait, keep naming picks.
I know. Are there any other picks? There's ice picks, toothpicks,
Gigapicks.
gigapicks.
Yep.
Something you use on the rocks. Just a
Isn't that an ice pick?
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
pickaxe.
Pickaxes, the picks that you take on your camera.
Right.
Anyway, no, for real. I'm taking it seriously. This is good stuff. Check it out. wherever
I put it.
Keep
Allison puts it. I'll have it on my socials, but
it's
I'm
in my
assuming
Amazon. It'll be in my Amazon storefront.
Yeah.
So Amazon.com/shop/Allison.
because
For my voodoo doll.
Yeah.
very important. I am going to have on there for followers of the show. This is very exciting. I have finally, after years, figured out the best pillow.
Oh my God.
It's my pillow.
Nope. Well, I don't want to. Maybe it's my pillow. Maybe, who knows? And so I'm going to reveal it on this list, and it's truly the best.
Oh my God. Wow. Jeff?
I'd like to recommend a book.
Looking for a
Yes,
new pillow.
please.
It's good.
I read a description of this book. It's called Rest is Resistance by Teresa Hershey, and I thought it was going to be a kind of yuck thing about taking naps and why it's so important, blah, blah, blah. This book is the most radical, dangerous book that I've ever read in my life.
Great.
And I totally believe in it. It really ties rest and sleeping and taking naps and taking care of yourself to destroying the system.
Love it.
And
I
it's
am
so
a
interesting.
rebel.
Nobody, yeah, you really are, honey.
That's what I'm doing. I'm dismantling it from the inside.
Yeah, you're taking on the man.
It's really an amazing, deep, and interesting book.
I love it.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Rest is Resistance by Teresa Hershey. Is that what you said?
Is she
Correct.
the one who runs the nap ministry?
Mhm,
Yeah,
that's her.
I've heard of her.
Now, does it work if you are just napping because you feel like napping versus you're making a statement with it? Because should I change how I'm napping? Like, should I just envision it more as like
You
so
nap
take
with your
this.
fist in the air.
I would recommend reading the book.
Okay.
Oh.
Does some of it have to do with the idea that we don't have time to nap and that our humanity is being robbed from us from this need to be productive?
Yeah.
That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
But it goes much deeper. She takes it much
I
deeper.
can't
That's
wait to
amazing.
But
read it.
it's a big pushback against the grind culture.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. What's the opposite of grow? We need a
I am.
saying like grind set mindset. We need our own like version of that.
Yeah.
Like nap set. Allison, you're the writer.
I got to think of one. I need to sleep on it. Okay, let's
we
do it.
weep and we sleep. That's what we do. You have a good cry, then a good nap to follow it up.
Let's take
Yes.
a check-in regarding how everyone's feeling post-nut.
Weeping.
In love.
Yeah.
No, the salt. Oh
Can I
my
drink
word.
the brine? Is that all right?
Oh my God. Wait, hang on.
I'm not
I'm
going to drink
gonna
this.
barf.
I wanted you to, and I wanted to film it.
I'm not even gonna look at
The
it.
salt
It's
the salt is very like
translucent. It's very thick.
Yeah,
me.
it's boiled in salt water. I mean, that's the deal.
Are you trying to see how much sodium is in it?
Yeah. For a quarter cup, there's 410 milligrams of sodium.
Oh, that's
Did you get everything you wanted out of this peanuts? Did you think this would be a big deal? You were promoting it for like a week, these peanuts.
Oh, I know. I did post a photo of it. Yeah. No, I think that
And where did they come from? You found them on the shelf? Or
No, the
The
fan cast.
a fan
Oh,
sent
sent
it.
them.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dr. Angela sent them in.
you always want to eat something a fan sent in.
Well, it's a can.
Yeah, I guess they can't screw with that.
Plus, I have the nicest listeners in the whole world.
Really? Because sometimes you tell me about the reviews, or really they tell you how you're doing a poor job and
Oh,
what you need
yeah.
to improve.
Well, that's not a regular listener. That's
Mhm.
someone who swooped in.
Is this a
Because of
healthy thing? though?
Flying monkeys.
I have incredible fans as well,
Mhm.
and they like especially on. I do a Twitch channel too where I paint, and like that's
Tell
where
us where to find it. What is it?
the Dalton Castle.
Okay.
It's
On Twitch.
twitch.tv/that other word I said. I get this like positive reassurance when I'm on there. They're the Discord or the chat. They're very nice. They
Mhm.
police each other and they're so supportive of it. And I think it's weird.
That you take that from it?
Well, I know what I'm getting out of it, and I know why I keep coming back to
Yeah.
it. Because like I don't really know these people,
Mhm.
but I love what they give me. And I love doing what I'm doing for them. So it's like a transaction, I think.
Mhm.
But also, is it real? I don't know. Because my
Well-
wife is right down the hall. I probably should just go hang out with her.
Yes. Okay. So we are the same person. I have thought about this a lot as well because there's a part of it that's like, why do we need that external validation? Isn't the goal to not need it? At the same, and I think I think most performers are seeking some kind of external validation.
Yeah, always.
But I don't know that you have to pathologize it if it's
Mhm.
like not taking over your life and turning into a bad
my
thing.
nourishment comes from compliments from strangers.
Yeah.
Tonight-
It's true.
There are certainly versions of this where it is unhealthy, when there's like a void that you're trying to fill. And I think that's what we tend to think of it as, like, oh, I need this
A black hole of
validation.
need.
But is it validation or is it that human need for community? And
to feel seen.
yeah, I mean, like, I can tell you how I feel. Like, I'm not, I think I'm guarded as far as my ego goes, just because I'm like really always aware of ego issues. So I'm just
Cool as fuck.
So I try not to let it be validating or not validating, but I love the community. And I feel like, especially now with our lifestyle, it's just like we don't have a lot of social outlets. So to get interaction in positive interaction is always nice. It feels like, I mean, even though it's virtual, it's still real. It's just not in person.
Well, yeah, even like this today. I wanted to do this because I enjoy your guys' company. I think I like being around you. And
You just don't like the show very much.
I hate the show.
Hate the product.
But you know what? Same.
But I felt like it was more important to suggest we do a recording than just get lunch or something. And there's a part of it's like, well, I mean, it gives us an activity, but also my ego and selfishness knows that this is popular and it's an outlet for other people to know who I am, so then I can help my career. But also, am I negating the healthy thing to go speak with people that I think could be good friends, or
No,
while
I don't
doubling
think
up and trying to help my career at the same time?
That's interesting. I remember at a certain point realizing, like, every social engagement that I have is in some way about my career or networking. Like, it's so not now, but there was a time where it's like I never just get together with someone to get together with them
Without wanting something.
Yeah, I don't know. Podcasting, podcasting is like a unique, is sort of a bit of a. It's unique in that I feel like it really is like socializing.
It is.
And I think that podcasters find themselves doing that a lot. Like they'll get together with a friend and do a podcast because it's like we should be doing something. I hear what you're saying though.
But it doesn't.
Next time
make
we'll
it
go to
less-
lunch and do a show.
We bring the Zoom recorder with us.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it less sincere to want
Right.
to hang out with someone just because there's also something else that you'd be getting out of it.
No, you're right. Yeah, maybe there's just like maybe because we jump straight into it. When I come here, I go from the car to the studio.
Right.
Yeah.
Then there's like this weird ramp up where we don't
Connect.
I was 7 minutes early. No, or did I knock on the door right at 11? You said I was punctual.
I think it was like, no, you know what? Here, I can look at ring. It was a little bit early.
Mm-hmm.
It was a few minutes early, yeah. And I said, look at this punctuality.
Yeah, and it's
Well
because I
done.
felt terrible last
Yeah,
time.
no,
you
it's
were
okay.
really late.
Over an hour late last time.
And I kept texting Allison, is he on time?
Today, this morning, yeah.
Yeah, because I had stuff before and I have stuff after. So I just wanted to make sure,
Yeah.
with love.
I am grateful that I was on time too because
I
I
am
was
really happy
I was
you
really
were on
pushing the
time.
limits.
Yeah.
In the hotel room, I kept looking at the clock. I'm like, I got to get down there.
Yeah.
Oh, the car's valet too. How long is that going to take for him to get the keys?
You did it, though.
I did it.
You did it,
Did
and
it.
we're all better for it.
And honestly, it was kind of perfect that you guys were late last time because RJ had given me so much shit for being late to the wrestling show.
Oh,
So then
right,
it was
right,
like,
right. Right.
what leg do you have to stand on?
Yeah, it was wonderful because I got to open the door and just look at him and just go shake my head at him, and I know he felt bad too.
But it
Oh, yeah.
really
And
wasn't
it wasn't
a
even
big
his
deal.
fault either.
Yeah, no, it was yours.
It was my fault.
Yeah, but
It was Matt Taven's.
It was Matt Taven's fault because
Yeah.
he said he was going to come and then he didn't come.
Yeah, but to me, it's 100% his fault, and that's what matters.
Yeah. Listen,
He's
this
not even here. He's super late right now.
Yeah, and
He
you know what?
canceled.
He had an excuse that's a little flimsy. You know what I mean? Work. Give me a break.
I work at the same place.
Yeah, and you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't need me.
Yeah.
What's
Hello.
up with that?
This was too much fun, everyone.
So fun.
Disagree.
The perfect amount of fun or not fun at all.
You know what? Sure.
Okay. Dalton, tell everyone where they can find you, plug your things.
I wrestle for AEW. That's on TNT and TBS Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. I could be more direct about the times and
That's
where
okay.
you can find it.
They know how to look
Google
stuff
it.
up.
And what else? Oh, this is not a huge deal, but my friend in Rochester is doing a live show called The Roast of Rochester on December 9th.
Fun.
It is a small room. I think there's only 100 seats available. I think they might even be sold out. What I want people to do is show up, fly from all over, show up. Let's storm this this comedy club and get it moved into the parking lot in the middle of December. That'd be great. That's it. Roast of Rochester on December 9th and AEW Wrestling. Oh, what else? My Twitch. I said that already, right?
Right. Twitch.tv/the Dalton
Your
Castle.
merch.
Oh,
you have great merch.
ThePlanetPeacock.com. Yeah, you can get a bunch of shirts there and stuff.
Good quality shirts too. I have 2.
Daniel owns the shirts.
I would like an Allison Rosen hoodie for Hanukkah. I'm just putting it on my list. I'm just to anyone who's listening who wants to buy me one.
Buy Robin one of my hoodies. You can go to AllisonRosen.com and then click on the thing that says merch.
Hanukkah's coming
They're
up.
great.
Daniel, do you do the artwork for this?
That I didn't. That predated me. Although I changed the colors on it.
Yeah, make it your own. All right.
Put a stamp on it.
Yeah,
Put your stamp on it.
But you can find me.
Yeah,
Is
where
that
does
what the
yes,
question was?
yeah.
You can find me on Instagram. I'm barely on Instagram right now, but I'm dipping back in and out for various reasons. But I'm not feeling called to post a lot right now.
I want to see what you posted
But
last.
at Robin Shorr, ROBINSHORR at Instagram, and you're all so nice whenever you reach out to me. And I'm excited to download Instagram right now and see how many people have written to me.
Yeah, spread the love, everybody. It's been very contentious these days. Let's change that around.
Your
What
last
about
post is
you,
about
Daniel?
Connor Roy.
Yeah, that was from the Tonys, which was in May. So, but usually I do stories.
Well, you could follow me at Daniel Quant's Instagram threads. I don't know. Blue Sky, sure. I'm gonna have my Quant's picks.
I'm
And
so excited about that pillow.
yeah, honestly,
oh my
It looks
God,
like
I
he's
can't wait.
sleeping on the microphone as it's a
this
pillow.
pillow.
If only
I
I
don't want to
had.
overhype it, but it's the best pillow.
I don't even know.
And
it's a trick. It's
try it out. I think you'll like it.
It's no pillow.
Yeah, and I don't know.
A
That's
wood block like a geisha.
Great.
That's right. It's just so cinder
Chef?
block.
No, you say that. He sleeps with Daniel has 7 different pillows. It is
Well,
insane.
I have 2 for Wendy, who sleeps above my head. So she has to have 2 pillows. And then I have a pillow for my head and then a pillow that I have to put my arm around because
You get 4.
I've got to feel some sort of tenderness.
I feel it. Yeah, I
You know what I
sleep
mean?
with a lot too. I'm a peacock at heart, so I make a little nest.
You know there are wild peacocks to the east of us, like in Arcadia and stuff. When we went
Let's
to,
go.
they're
Let's
just
go
all over the
communicate with them.
place. Do you go and just hang out with them?
I went on a hike in Silverado a couple months ago and encountered a peacock on the trail. I was pretty pumped
Or
about it.
Was there just
there
a
Not
nod?
recognition.
Yeah, there was actually a long stare down. Yeah. we bumped a fist.
Jeff, what about you?
Well, I'm not on social media anymore, but
Wait, completely not?
yeah,
Go good.
I got
good for
thrown
you.
off.
Thrown
And,
off?
Yeah, just out on my ass, like cartoon.
What
out
did
the
you
door.
do?
What didn't I do? I didn't do enough. That's why. I
This
got
isn't
thrown
enough
off.
information for me to be satisfied. What did you do to get kicked off social media?
Well, this is all made up, and I can't improvise, so I don't have an answer for you. And
now
that's
I'm
why
crushed.
that's why I got thrown off social media was because of my inability to improvise.
Uh-huh.
Like Robin can
Good
improvise,
riddance.
I cannot. So,
Right.
Robin, give me a city and a famous business.
St. Louis peanut maker.
Famous peanut maker.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're doing great. You did great.
So-
You did great.
Yeah, so I can't do that. So that's why I got thrown off social media. But Allison, as you know, since you're from Orange County, there's the big Orange County Holiday Ska Festival going on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving,
Mhm.
and my new wave surf rock band, the Specific Palisades, got booked to play it, but we're not really a ska band. So this isn't a plug, but it's a kind of a call for action that we need a trumpet player since we're going to be playing ska.
Tom Sandoval plays the trumpet.
Oh, yeah.
Do you
Well,
guys do hot cross buns? Because I can handle that.
Well, the downside is this is the catch of it, and this is why it's a call out to the audience, is that the trumpet player needs to be named, because it's ska, he needs to be named Neville or Roger.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you fit that bill, hit me up through the contact page on Allison Rosen's website,
Yes.
and then she'll
Great.
pass it on.
Calling all Nevilles and Roger or Rogers?
Roger.
Nevilles and Rogers out there.
They can play the trumpet.
Right. and you could play in specific Palisades. Oh, I love
funny.
them. Okay. And me. All my stuff is in my link tree, which you can get to in my Instagram bio at Allison Rose on Instagram. But I'm not going to stop mentioning a few of them. My newsletter, merch, Patreon, my Amazon storefront. I have another storefront now too with like makeup and skincare and stuff. And I'll get all that by going to my link tree. And please leave us a nice iTunes comment. We read them on the show, as you heard. You guys, thank you so much. This was so much fun. Oh, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'm grateful for you. Thank you for listening. I love you. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I've messed up my sign off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you for
You've
listening.
lost
I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen show?